Yo, welcome to the grand line of conversation, where legends rise, mysteries unfold, and the will of D runs deep in every soul. Strap in, crew, we're about to set sail. This is the Strawhat Podcast. Drums hit, click. Yeah. Yeah, we riding with the straw hats. Dreams never fall flat. Every new arc got a spark, you can call that fate. From Fuchsia to Wano, I follow the motto. Chase your dreams, man, that's our cargo. Talking hockey power levels, lore so deep. Every pod drop hit like gear fifth heat. Yeah, the world's wide. We decode each clue from the calm belt tides to the red line view. Set sail with the straw hat crew. Forecast waves coming straight for you. One Piece legends, the stories we share. Adventures out there, we taking you there. Set sail from the east blue shore. Dreams on deck, can't ask for more. We break down the truth, every tale, every fight, and chase the One Piece through the grand line night. Zoro with the swords, got the will to win. Sanji cooking heat with that kick and grin. Nami charting maps where the storms won't end. Usopp got the shots, yeah, he don't pretend. Robin reading truths from the voids of time. Chopper bringing heart, that Dr. Shine. Brook hit the tune, yeah, the soul's in line. We talk it all here, the straw hat grind. Raise your flag high, this ain't no filler arc. Every episode a spark in the dark. Whether it's last tears or epic fights, we sail through it all and chase that light. Set sail, the Strawhat Podcast live. Talking Luffy dreams that'll never die. The will, the heart, the story, the call. This is Strawhat Podcast, we break it all. Set sail, yeah, the sea's our stage. From the manga lines to the anime page, legends live on and we keep it real. Cause the Pirate King dream is the thing we feel. Set sail with the Straw Hat crew. Forecast waves coming straight for you. One Piece legends, the stories we share. Adventures out there, we taking you there. Set sail from the east blue shore. Dreams on deck, can't ask for more. We break down the truth, every tale, every fight, and chase the One Piece through the grand line night. Now drop anchor, grab your snacks. It's time to talk One Piece. Welcome aboard the Strawhat Podcast. Yo, welcome to the grand line of conversation, where legends rise, mysteries unfold, and the will of D runs deep in every soul. Strap in, crew, we're about to set sail. This is the Strawhat Podcast. Drums hit, click. Yeah. Yeah, we riding with the straw hats. Dreams never fall flat. Every new arc got a spark, you can call that fate. From Fuchsia to Wano, I follow the motto. Chase your dreams, man, that's our cargo. Talking hockey power levels, lore so deep. Every pod drop hit like gear fifth heat. Yeah, the world's wide. We decode each clue from the calm belt tides to the red line view. Set sail with the straw hat crew. Forecast waves coming straight for you. One Piece legends, the stories we share. Adventures out there, we taking you there. Set sail from the east blue shore. Dreams on deck, can't ask for more. We break down the truth, every tale, every fight, and chase the One Piece through the grand line night. Zoro with the swords, got the will to win. Sanji cooking heat with that kick and grin. Nami charting maps where the storms won't end. Usopp got the shots, yeah, he don't pretend. Robin reading truths from the voids of time. Chopper bringing heart, that Dr. Shine. Brook hit the tune, yeah, the soul's in line. We talk it all here, the straw hat grind. Raise your flag high, this ain't no filler arc. Every episode a spark in the dark. Whether it's last tears or epic fights, we sail through it all and chase that light. Set sail, the Strawhat Podcast live. Talking Luffy dreams that'll never die. The will, the heart, the story, the call. This is Strawhat Podcast, we break it all. Set sail, yeah, the sea's our stage.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. It's Prov. Yeah. Read my mind, baby, can you see the times? I want you to be my wife, baby, please don't waste my time. I got too much work to do, I just wanna be sure of you. We ain't got no perfect views, but what works for me would work for you. Tell me, would you work for me? Serve God like you serving me. Yes, I'll lead you with certainty, provide for you eternally. To protect you, I'll get out and cock that grip. Bullets take off like a rocket ship, need you passenger side of my cockpit. Rising above this nonsense, we ain't got no sense of time. Lose yourself inside of mine, introspective, well collected. Girl, I could be your prized possession.
Yo, what's going on, you guys? How are y'all doing? Monday evening. It is a great Monday evening. I hope that you guys have had a good one. It has been a long week. It has been a great week, but we are gathered today to talk the good book. That is the good book of the One Piece. We are here. Appreciate you guys joining me on this Monday evening. Oh man, a lot to talk about. First and foremost, man, welcome into the Strawhat Podcast. Good to see all of you guys here on it's gonna be a good stream. Hold on, let me start the Instagram stream before I get too caught up talking. There we go. Welcome into the Strawhat Podcast, guys. Seriously, appreciate y'all every Monday tapping in with your boy, and it's gonna be a good chapter. Apparently, I don't know. I've heard it's gonna be fire, but we are gonna find out tonight. Let me say what's up to everybody in the chat, man. My boy Za, he already told me briefly how he felt about the chapter, and hey, we're gonna see. All I know is that it's something about Shanks. That's all I know. I don't know anything else. So we're going to see from there. Now, Strawberry said, don't say nothing, I read it. By the way, shout out to Strawberry. What's up, Strawberry? Good to see you. Yeah. No spoils. No spoils. Slevin in the building. She says, yo, what's up? How are you doing, Slev? Crazy chapter. Okay, well, we're going to find out. I like hearing that. On Instagram, Grayson says, hello, what's up, Grayson? How are you, friend? How are you? Zaz says, thank you, Reed, for joining PG and Pod. Yes, congratulations again to my boy, Za, for 100 episodes on the pod. It's a lot. This is 71, I believe. So, yeah, 100. Woo, I only do one a week, so that's another half year for me. It's a lot of time. So I saw, I'm not going to say anything. Oh, the chapter for show. My boy Fuji in the building says, yo, what Fuji here, what's up? Nika in the building says, yoy, what's up, Nika? My Ross on Instagram says, what's up? What's going on, Ross? How are you? Who else do we got up in here? Fuji says, FYI, depending on how today's stream goes, I might hop on and tell y'all my own side story of Shanks and Mihawk, which may tie into different specific things / have side notes. Ooh, so it's going to be a banger chapter like that where Fuji has to break it down. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Who else do we... The Flutter God is here. What's up, Foley? How are you, dude? How are you? Strawberry says, why does Usopp look like that? You know, my homie sent me this week. It was like a random delivery. He sent it to my house. And, that's God Usopp from Dressrosa. You recognize the Strawberry. And, the GOAT God Usopp deserves a space behind my head, right? He deserves a place on the wall behind me because he's God Usopp. So Yeah, that's God Usopp, obviously, you can see. And then, of course, we got to have the Going Mary right behind me because it truly has my heart. The Going Mary truly has my heart. Okay. Slevin says, happy Thanksgiving. Yes. Happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope y'all ate a lot of turkey, man. I did. I had this ham. It was like really good. Like I've never had good ham until I ate that ham. Ironically, that was Wayne's dad that made that ham. And I'm like, yo, why is this good? Like ham's not supposed to be, it's supposed to be dry and like tasteless. But that wasn't either one. Alex in the building says, yo ho, what's up, Alex? And he has his slanderous statement. Of course. It's okay though. We accept you. Long live King Harold, which is true, but not Queen Estrid. True that. You're doing the same. Oh, okay. So it's gonna be an agenda night. Last week, by the way, was like a theory day. Like people in the comments throwing theories around. Like, yo, it was crazy. Wait, is that a red face? I was literally about to say, like, no joke. It's not going to be a banger chapter unless I see Redface in these comments. And of course, Redface pulled up. He pulled up. That means it's going to be a fire chapter. Every time Redface is here, it's something. He was here for my favorite chapter, 1150. That's how I knew. I feel like he's kind of like Jinbei. You know how Jinbei can kind of sense everyone's conquerors, and he's the one to let you know, oh, as a conqueror, do you feel that conqueror's hockey? I feel like when Redface pulls up, he's like the Jinbei, right? He's like essentially like, yeah, there's some conquerors in this chapter. I just want you to know it's gonna be fire. So Jinbei, not Jinbei. Wow, Redface is here, and that means it's about to be crazy. Oh, Nika says this chapter is a whole lot of red. Okay. Ariendel. Yo, what you think the One Piece is? I don't know. We're gonna see. Strawberry, perfect answer. Thank you. That's right. You got Strawberry. You got it. Let me log back in. Strawberry's on it. Let's see. Zaza said, I'm not stopping either. We got other stuff. Okay. Let's see. Redface says, what's good, my bros? What's up? Big up Ree. Big up yourself, Nika. Facts. Already got one, but it could be a bunch of BS. Hello, I'm on an upscale red. I see a lot of red, man. I know it's a Shanks chapter. I don't know what's happening right now. Wow. Slevin says the background looking flea AF. Appreciate it. See, I finally charged my freaking gum fruit. So now it's just going to kind of do that all night. Hopefully it doesn't die for the end of the stream, but it probably will. Zaza said that's his son back there. Look at Reese supporting his son. Hey, man, look, we love God Usopp around these parts, bro. We love us some God Usopp. Alex says ham over turkey. I mean, this year for sure. Everyone against my Ghost Shanks. Read everything carefully. Okay. Chicken, ham, turkey. After this year, I'd agree. After this year, I definitely agree. Yeah, no, chicken's still up there. What am I doing? Chicken's still up there. Strawberry, yep. Let me go ahead. Let me pin that, by the way, Straw. You are. Strawberry is working tonight. Let me go ahead and just pin that because Strawberry is absolutely right. Do not forget, because I didn't say it already. Like the stream. Guys, everyone liking the stream last week was such a massive help for the algorithm. Like, legit, you don't know how much that helped the algorithm this last week. It pushed the last video like crazy. We grew like 50 subs this week. So, yes, please, while you're in the chat, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Let me go ahead and pin that because she is absolutely right. Absolutely right. And Nightbot said stop. Okay, I'm gonna work on Nightbot. I don't know what Nightbot's talking about. Let's see what else we got in here. We are active this chapter. Facts. Yes, you guys said yes. I was on it too. Comment and subscribe. Exactly. Okay, man. We're gonna get right into it, man. I'm excited. We're gonna see what it is. Like always, Instagram people. Hey, I don't know if the stream's gonna end while I'm reading this. Sometimes it does randomly. We are on YouTube. We're on YouTube. Just come over to YouTube, watch it here. If you want to watch the stream and you're on Instagram, hit the X button, load up that YouTube app, and just come over here. Just come over here so you can watch it, because it might end. Let's see. Redface says, when will you be back on Twitch again? I don't know, man. I'm be honest with you. I'm trying out. I really need to focus on growing one platform at a time. So I probably won't be like bouncing back over to Twitch for a long time. Maybe I'll do like, if we're watching episodes, I'll probably be over there because Twitch will let me watch One Piece episodes. But I don't know that we're gonna be doing too much Twitch upcoming. So I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know. But we're gonna be YouTube for a long time moving forward. All right, man. I think I've done enough talking, man. Let's get into the chapter. I've heard upscales. I've heard I caught some W's this week. I've heard it's a Shanks chapter. God dang it, I want to find out. I want to freaking find out. So enough of talking to me, man. Isamiya, get premium so I can use picture in picture. Oh, you don't got YouTube Premium? Oh, you definitely got to get YouTube Premium, bro. I'm not going to lie. I forgot that was... Like, I've had it for so long. I forgot that there even was a YouTube Premium. I haven't seen an ad on YouTube in so long. Man. Maybe, bro. I mean, it's better just in general. I mean, I use so much YouTube, so... I don't want to butcher the name. Inaju. Hopefully I'm not saying that wrong. They say, yo, what's going on? I think it's your first time. I've never seen your comment. So if it is, shout out to you. Thanks for joining the stream. Came just in time because I'm about to pull a chapter up. All right, let me... Oh, it's Jane. Oh, my bad. I don't know. Sorry. It was Twitch, YouTube. Jane, like Jane Chiefin. Okay, got it. Oh my God, it's back. It's your name backwards. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. You know what? On that note, Jane, now that I've thankfully embarrassed myself, I'm just gonna get into the chapter. But you are here now, so welcome. You came just in time. Okay. Ooh, Nami upscale. I'm just throwing Nami upscale out there because I'm seeing Kokoyashi Village. So this has to mean we're getting a Nami upscale. Like, is this a Nami upscale chapter? Genzo? I don't need to see much. Nojiko, Genzo, Nami upscale. I'm taking it. That's enough for Oda to tell me this is Nami upscale. Okay, what am I looking at here? Reader request. Jin and Nojiko scolding a cat trying to steal a book, but they're not really mad, by the ideal Sanji. Interesting. Is that Nami's, like, is that how Nami feels when she's scolding Sanji for like being weird towards her, or like Brooke? You know what? Maybe that is how she feels. Like, I don't think she's actually mad, but I do think she's like, yo, you can't see my panties. You're weird. But maybe deep down, she actually likes being asked that because it reminds her that the beauty that she's worked on is actually worth something. Now, you guys remember how like legit, I'm not even just trolling. Like, you guys remember how she was talking to, I believe, Sanji. Can't remember when it was. Was this? Yeah, it was. She was talking to Sanji about how, you know, she works hard for her body, and, you know, she doesn't want to just show it off willy-nilly like that to anybody because she puts a lot of effort into how she looks. Maybe when she's scolding Sanji and Brooke, she's not really mad. She's just like, hey, that's distasteful. But I'm not upset about it. Maybe I just went too deep on a cover story that wasn't that. And Big Alex says, dangerous waters. Hey, I don't know, man. I'm just reading what Oda showed me. It's not my fault, okay? This is what Oda drew. And he put it in Kokoyashi Village, so it's not my fault, man. Trip in the building says, yo ho ho, what it do? Let's go. What's up, Trip? Good to see you, sir. He said, Broda went on a whole Nami rant off a cover page she not even in. Hey, man, he could have used anybody, but he did Kokoyashi Village. Not my fault, okay? I'm just reading what Oda gave me. And maybe that's what Oda's trying to say. And maybe he's trying to say, by the way, this is a undercover Nami upscale. That's all I'm saying, man. Tell me you said for Nami with that. Hey, man, I didn't write the cover story. I'm just reading it. It's not, hey, you know what? Let's move on. Nami upscale, though. But let's move on. It was thank you. You know what? Thank you, Jane. Thank you. All right. Oh, goodness. 33 years ago, 5 years after God Valley. Okay. We're all freaking out that there were pirates off the coast when all of a sudden an enormous figure appears out of the mist behind them. Okay. Is that his tattoo? Or is that trying to tell me something? I feel like that's an oddly placed for tattoo. If that is, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I don't know. Either way, Hora Fukime. Okay. Seafloor prison impelled down. Okay. And the next thing I knew, the ship was in splinters. We were sunk in a matter of seconds. Yeah, by a Neptunian, right? No, it was like human. Okay. And did this event take place in the Florian Triangle? Not even close. You think there's any fish worth catching out there? We don't go near it. All I can say is it was a monster in human form. Okay. What are we doing? At this time, the countries of the Grand Line were abuzz with a frightening rumor, a tale of a lurking monster that struck its targets, mostly pirate ships from the deeper mists out at sea. Okay. In truth, this monster was Harold. Ooh. Okay. But to the people on this sea who'd never seen a giant before, the experience was pure terror. What is happening with Harold? Okay. As part of his sworn oath of 1,000-year atonement, Harold, oh my God. Bro, why does Harold have to get... I'm convinced that Oda actually hates Harold at this time. Oda just hates Harold. Harold assisted the Navy's efforts to uphold order. Okay. But you know what? I'm not even gonna be that upset with him because the warlords did the exact same thing. There, I said it. If we're gonna slander Harold, which I'm not, I love Harold, but if we're gonna slander Harold, the warlords did the exact same thing. They worked for the world government and assisted the Navy's efforts to uphold order. So let's keep it even, but let's Keep the slander to a minimum. Meanwhile, the pirates who scattered to the winds after God Valley, Kaido, Whitebeard, and Big Mom, okay, would grow in power over the next decade or two until they reached their primes and became the faces of their era. Ooh. Okay. All the while, as the pirates around them focused on claiming territory. Shiki, okay. One crew achieved the seemingly impossible and succeeded in circumnavigating the globe. Yes, the globe. The crew led by the king of the pirates, Gold Roger. Okay. When he was captured sometime later and publicly executed, the world government assumed it would serve as a demonstration of their strength. However, the allure of his massive fortune, the One Piece, sent the world into an era of frenzied madness. Okay, so let me get this straight. So 5 years after God Valley is when Roger got the One Piece. Is this what this is trying to tell me? No. That timeline does not make sense. Hold on. 33 years ago. 5 years after God. No. That timeline does not make sense. That timeline doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? I guess it could. 32 years ago. No, that does make sense because, I was getting it mixed up with the Luffy being born. Okay, sorry. It does. I'm literally thinking about the age difference between Luffy when he was born and Roger's death. Okay, got it. No, I wasn't talking about the 38 minus 5. I was talking it's good. Don't worry about it. We're good. Okay. It's a massive. Got it. To counteract the arrival of the unforeseen great era of piracy, Navy headquarters recruited over a dozen giants from various regions in hopes of bolstering their ranks. Okay. Harold, meanwhile, who had been faithfully serving as a tool of the Navy, it was huge. An ancient giant, they say, I wanted as a slave, was finally given official access to the Holy Land this year. Ooh, okay. A Shallow's Covenant? Okay. Indeed, you are now a trusted weapon of the Holy Knights of God. Okay, I was not expecting us to go that direction. Okay. A trusted weapon of the Holy Knights of God. A devoted blade. Okay. No, he's about to start cooking. We're about to start cooking. So you are okay. Wait a minute. Is that the W? Wait. Oh, let me read a little more. Because that might be the W that I was talking about. Let me just read. You are now a trusted weapon of the Holy Knights of God. Okay. It's an honor. Okay. Yes, just like Gunko. Yes. The covenant has 3 stages. The Shallows covenant is but a mere trace of a bond. Ooh, I love lore. Yes. Okay. But the Depths covenant and Abyssal covenant are reserved for only 13 exclusive individuals who can enter into a contract with the true God. Oh, we're about to start cooking, bro. Okay. What is this God you speak of? Okay. If the day should come that you are made a proper knight, then you will know the truth in the depths of the world. And is that when Elbaf will be allowed to join the government? Hold on. Okay, so we know now why Gunko did not have God Knight or Holy Knight on her title when we saw her at God Valley. That's been answered. But now I wonder if, okay, no, I guess that also answers why she's not a weapon, why she's not, why she didn't have the moniker of a devoted blade in Elbaf because she got promoted. Okay. Got it. The Depths Covenant and the Abyssal Covenant. Ooh. Are reserved for only 13 exclusive individuals. Okay, yeah. I like it, man. So, but they can't talk about Emu though. Like, what are we giving out? Or maybe I guess at this point they do. Like when you're the devoted blade, then yeah, I guess you do kind of have to know about Emu. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, that gives me theories about Gunko. Okay. Let me just keep going. Okay. Slevin said, look at the side eye, Reese. Straight lied to that giant's face. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. He's not gonna be made a holy knight, of course. Alex says, only holy knights get to know about Emu, it seems. Gunko was special. Well, okay, I'll finish the chapter before I give any pushback to that, because there might be more explanation into this. But all I know is that's very interesting. Like, I need them to like flesh out the different levels a little bit more. Ooh, okay. Well, but that I don't even understand that though, Alex, in the same breath, because they're talking about Emu like being the true God, obviously. So why even allude to it? If you, I feel like knowing Emu is one of those things where it's like, you have to have special access, obviously, right? But why even allude to it if it's something that someone who's at the devoted blade of God level, they don't even get access to know that you exist? That just seems like a weird misstep. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, but let me finish the chapter before I say I disagree. Okay. Religion isn't secret. I get it, but like that feeds into more questions. Like, you're saying the true God. Like, they didn't just say God. Like, if you say God, it's like, okay, like, yeah, all right, God, whatever. It could be any God. You're saying the true God. If someone is coming up to me and is spitting to me about anything, especially if we're talking about religion, and you say, oh, I have the true God, my next question is going to be like, yeah, well, who is that? Because God is just a term, but true God? No, I need to know who this true God is so I can see if I agree or not. I don't know, man. I disagree, bro. So far, I disagree. Of course, Harold. It will be announced to the world, and you will be welcomed. I am grateful for this honor. I'll do anything you ask of me. All right, Saint Garling, Commander, Holy Knights of God, Figureland family. Yes, Garling. Shangara, the Knights Temple, land of the gods. Okay, Shangara. What is the Great One thinking? Can the King of Elbaf actually take orders? Wait, hold on. Okay, no, let me just continue. Can the King of Elbaf actually take orders? Of course, your word is my command. Okay. Which puts more interest. That makes it really interesting too. Seeing Shamrock now having pulled up to Elbath. Because he already knew the king. And he might already know his son. He might learn about his son in this chapter too. Very interesting. Okay. Man, this dude's 6 years old. And he's out here with the Holy Knights. That's a huge Shamrock upscale. Nah, he's like that. Anyone who's saying that Shamrock is not like that, seeing him standing next to these guys at 6, because I had wondered too, like, was he gonna really be like that? Because we know Shanks is really like that. I don't know. Alex said he's not 6. How is he not 6? If his brother is 6, what's going on with this timeline? Am I getting time? This is 10-year-old Shamrock. When did we have another? Okay, now I'm starting to get confused. Did we go forward again? Did I miss it? This is still 5 years after God Valley. What is he? He might be trolling. He actually might be trolling. I can't tell with Alex. Alex, if you're trolling me, bro, just I don't know, because I am heavily confused. We didn't go forward in time, so you know what? Whatever, man. You got it. He's 6. I don't care what you say. Shamrock is 6 in this. We will call if we need you. Keep a long distance transponder, Snell, on your person. You are free to visit the lower world, but you will not speak a word of what goes on here. Understood. We're past Roger's death. We went way forward. When did they say that? When? So we just jumping through chapters? He and Shanks are 16. So we really just had a whole jump in years and they didn't say that? I missed that. Okay, yeah, he's young there. Okay, I'm heavily confused now. Okay, at this point, they're 16 to 17. Which, I mean, that would make sense looking at how old he looks. Okay. Either way. Okay, so he goes down. You are free to visit the lower world, but you will not speak a word of what goes on here. Okay, got it. Understood. Okay. 20 years ago, Fishman Island, Ryugu Kingdom. Okay. It's been too long since I had such a good laugh, Neptune. The same, my friend, the same. We have too many troubles on our minds. Okay. Read this part carefully. Okay. What's going on, Botany Boy? I said I hate this dude, Harold, man. No, man. Harold's got... No, he's good. Slevin says, I guess after Roger is king, you know what happens next? Shanks forms red hair and then dips for like a year. Okay. All right, we'll see. Please read. Okay. All right. I'm reading. Sorry. Okay. It's been too long since I had such a laugh. Okay. Too much trouble. Okay. First of all, no. I very much doubt your son is some kind of demon child. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay. I mean, can he possibly be worse than you were? Well, when you put it that way, actually, a fortune teller told me that I would receive a daughter 4 years from now. What do you say? We can dethrone your Loki to my daughter. Now, yeah, let me just hold on. Let me just move on. But could it be that Queen Estrid was Cap? She is Cap is this thing I have on my freaking head right now. Could it be? The two sovereigns, Ree. I got you. I got you. I'm getting it. But the two sovereigns, yes. Loki. So this is the one that they were talking about. The one underneath and the one above. Loki and freaking Shirahoshi. We'll see. Got it. I'm tracking. Sorry, I'm trying to pick up on all this stuff at the same time. I apologize. I'm tracking though. Okay. The two sovereigns that they talked about, above, below. Sea Kings mentioned it. I got you. I'm tracking. Which is crazy, mind you. I'm with it. That is crazy. Because I didn't expect Loki. If that is what they're talking about. Okay. Forget about it. Listen. I'm not talking about any ordinary mermaid. Supposedly, she might be born with wild, disruptive powers. In that case, it sounds like a match made in heaven. Let's have a toast to the future of my little brat and your shaggy daughter. She will not be shaggy. Okay, got it. Slevin says she was literally on tilt. Estrid was on crack or something. Okay. Yes, she's Cap. Cap is the freaking thing I wear on my freaking head. Cap. Did I actually just catch the dub? Did I really catch the dub? Like, let me just go back and reread it. I wasn't tripping. I doubt your son is some. Thank man. Yes. Okay. Mosa. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Time out. Hold on. Okay, my bad. Wait, I'm just gonna read the whole thing again. I'm sorry. Just hold on. Okay, let me read this like I was told to, because I didn't read the first time. I'm sorry. Okay. First of all, no, I very much doubt your son is some kind of demon child. Yes, which is a W for me. I mean, can he possibly be worse than you were? Well, when you put it that way, actually, a fortune teller told me that I would receive a daughter 4 years from now. What do you say we can betroth? I said betroth, which is crazy. Betroth your Loki to my daughter. Yes, the two sovereigns. Yes, okay, I'm tracking now. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm not talking about any ordinary mermaid. Supposedly, she might be born with wild, disruptive powers. In that case, it sounds like a match made in heaven. Let's have a toast to the future of my little brat and your shaggy daughter. Shaggy Mosa. Could that be Mosa? I need to go back and reread that chapter now to get context. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. No. Okay. No, I like that. I got to reread that chapter. Now I got to see what the context was, thinking that this could potentially be Mosa. Ooh. Okay. Jane says, I think Shaggy is in a reference to being hairy, because even Roger said that to the king before. Yeah, Mosa means Shaggy. Alex says Harold shows he loves his betrothed in Estrid and expects Loki will do the same if his betrothed is his Shirahoshi. Alex, I never can know. You might be spitting, but I can't tell in the comments, bro. Because I don't know if you be trolling me in the comments. I kind of like where you're going with that, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Slevin says there's that's two kingdoms, not part of the world government. True. Very true. That's why Big Mom decided to claim Fishman Island as her territory, because Lola might have found out about the Loki / Shirahoshi ship. No, but that's true though. Like that is too, and ironically, right? No, wait, time out a second. This is very interesting in general because both of these races are literally two people that freaking get ostracized by the world government, not affiliated with the world government. You're actually fully right, Slevin. I was not even on that timing either. So to see them both here as friends, laughing, both kings of their kingdom. Yeah, no, this is interesting. Slevin says, what's happening with the Mosa? So remember when Loki was on the phone in the earlier chapters, way before the flashback, way before Emu got here, he was talking to someone named Mosa on the phone. I don't remember the chapter. I can find it. We could pull it up. I'm not going to slow it down here. But he was talking to someone and basically the conversation, I can't remember it exactly. They were talking to, he was talking to her. We all thought it was her. Basically about how she had dealt with like similar things as him, and that she was saying that he was like kind-hearted, and he said, don't say that or something. Trust me, we'll pull it up when everyone comes up. Nika said the two sovereigns. Yeah. The Mosa part is a dub for me, but I need it confirmed. Yeah, that'd be a huge dub for you, Suli. You're right. That'd be a huge dub for you. Oh, that'd be a huge dub. I remember when you said that too. Okay, man. Okay. All right. Of course you can settle down here, Saul. That year, Owl Library, Elbaf. I appreciate that, but I wanted to ask you something. Would you join with the educated of Elbaf? Okay. And open a school here. A school, huh? Sounds nice. Okay. 15 years ago. God, okay, where are we even at in the timeline now? Like, hold on, I'm sorry. I gotta back up. So 20 years ago, this is when they had that conversation, which Luffy is 19 now. So that's 1 year before Luffy was born. Okay. 15 years ago, then Luffy should be 4 now, right? Yes. He should be 4 when this happened. Now we're getting closer to what? Okay, got it. Got these timelines right. How old are our main players too? So if oh God, sorry. Just bear with me, guys. I'm really trying to get this time down. So 33 years ago, Shanks was 6. No, excuse me. Wow. Yes, he was 6 33 years ago. 13 more years passed. He was 19. 5 more years passed. He was 24. Okay. So Shanks and Shamrock are 24 and Luffy is 4. Hopefully I did that math right. Got it. Okay. Let's keep going. My slaves have escaped. They've broken their cages open. Get out. Hurry. You want to spend your life in chains? Fisher Tiger. Ooh. Okay. Oh my. Are you a knight of God? Okay. Oh, he gets cut. Oh, it cuts his chains. I've left the armory unlocked. Here's how to get there. Okay, so we got a holy knight that's working against the government. Got it. I'm loving the tiger lore. This is great. All right, so a bunch of explosions. Whoa, is that gunpowder? Hurry, sister. Sander Sonia. Okay, so this is the boa timing. Got it. Boa should be close by. Yes, that's boa right there. Okay. Someone's come. They're fighting for us. We can escape this hell. Hurry, koala. We're getting out of here. Okay. Wait. Wait. Why was So Koala was with Boa at this time? Wait, what the freak? Okay. This is all right. Hold on. I'm gonna need a second with this chapter because I'm actually somewhat getting confused again. So this is Koala, obviously the koala. We all know Koala. But we watched Fisher Tiger pick Koala up and bring her home. So why is Koala currently up here as a slave and he's about to save her? Okay. Okay. Nika says, who that silhouette look like? I don't know, bro. I know what that sword looks like, but maybe they all have that sword, bro. I don't know, bro. I plead the fifth so far. I'm not saying nothing. I plead the fifth. Fuji says Koala ended on Fisher Tiger's Sun Pirate ship, which makes sense. I know he was there. She was there, but he picked her up out of the sea, though, right? Or like he picked her up somewhere. Like, okay, let me just keep reading, man. Good lore. There's a lot of lore, a lot of flashbacks. This is a heavy chapter. Okay, I like it. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff and I'm confused. You don't know now. I don't know. Caused by the future captain of the Sun Pirates, Fisher Tiger was known as the ransacking of sacred. Fisher Tiger was known as the ransacking of sacred Marijois. Okay. Meaty Mello, what's going on, bro? I know he said he was going to hop on with us tonight. Looking forward to it. I'm almost done reading the chapter, and then I'll drop the link, and everyone can jump on. Okay. So, okay. Trips. Okay, cool. You explain it. Bet. Koala was rescued by Fisher Tiger, same as Boa. Is that how that happened? I guess I need to reread Fishman Island then. It's Shanks. Are you No. Nope. It's not Shanks. Nope. Okay. Sounds like it was quite the night. We're thinking someone from our side might have opened up the armory to them. So we're looking for the rat now. Put him to death. Harold, allow me to introduce you. This is Shanks. Garling doesn't even know that's not Shanks, bro. I don't care that Garling says it. Not Shanks. He's wrong. Huh? He's the younger brother of Shamrock, separated after birth. He's been through the gauntlet of the lower world, but if entered into a depths covenant, he'll be an instant boost, likely on the level of Shamrock. Wait, he's the younger brother of Shamrock, separated birth. He's been through the gauntlet of the lower world, but if entered into a depths covenant, he'll be an instant boost, likely on the level of Shamrock. I wonder if he's saying that without knowing how strong Shanks actually is, or if Shanks just wasn't like that yet. I'm not willing to say Shanks downscale, so I'm not willing to say Shanks downscale. Won't come out of my mouth. For the time being, we'll use him as a devoted blade of God like you. Okay. I thought the same thing with Shamrock at first, but have we met before? I don't know you. Oh, you already had a scratch at this time. Okay. I don't know you. You great lumbering peon. How dare you speak to me as if we're equals? I've always had the blood of Fingerland in my veins. Mark my words, I'll be a knight before you. Shanks, stop, bro. He just got the scar. Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. Shanks, stop, bro. This ain't you. I don't like this. Oh, my mistake. Why does, bro? God dang, freaking. This man just hates. This man hates Harold. And I don't know if I'm giving Blackbeard an upscale because you apparently Shanks wasn't like that before he came up to the Holy Land. So I don't know that I'm giving, that might be a Blackbeard downscale, honestly. That might be a Blackbeard downscale. Okay. Let's go, Shamrock. Tell me more about the Holy Land. I want to be the hero who captures the one responsible for the attack. Any clues? There's still time to do this once your wound is healed, Shanks. You don't know how it feels to learn that you've wasted 24 years of your life. I always knew I was different from the others. Bro, that's not even Shanks for real, bro. Stop. Bro, this is like a Vegapunk clone, bro. No, bro. Stop, bro. Devoted blade of God, Fingerland family, Saint Shanks. Dog. Holy Knight of God, Fingerland family, Saint Shamrock. Okay, all right, whatever, man. He's capping for the cause. I know he is, but I just don't like seeing it. I know he's doing the obviously we just watched him save the guy, of course, right? But I just don't like it. I don't like it. I hated everything down there. I get it. He's pulling the Sanji play. I get it. Shanks was he's Alex. I'm not even looking at your freaking comments. I'm not looking at your comments, bro. I'm not even looking at your comments, bro, because you love Queen Estrid, so I'm not even. Shanks been on that Kanye type it. Yeah. Shanks is saying, wow. That year, Fisherman Village, Elbath. Nope, can't help. I don't know enough about medicine. Let's call Harold and ask him to send a good doctor with proper stuff. No, you can't. He's busy with his job. What's a government connection good for if not this? Just watch. I'll get better on my own. Seems to me you've been getting worse by the day. Harold will be heartbroken if he sees you like this. You run the bar for me, Motto. No. When you're sick, not when you're sick, Ida. Okay. You know what, Harold? You know what? Oh, God. You know what Harold does each time he comes home? He visits all the elders and asks to make you his true wife. Talk about it. Talk about it. Get that Queen Estrid crap out of the... No, bro. I'm sick of it, Alex. Talk about it. This is his true love, bro. True freaking love. The full. I prefer running that little bar. Meeting all those sailors from far off lands. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Tired of the Ida slander. And what was that chapter, by the way? Ida's sons. Ida's sons. It didn't say Estrid's sons. It didn't even say Harold's sons. It said Ida's sons. And last time I checked, hey, let me just shut up, man. Let me just shut up. She's a hump. This is why Slevin is kept around for real, bro. This is why Nightbot, stop telling people to stop. I'm going to have to take that off because Nightbot's tripping. Facts. She's a humble queen. Talk about it. Bro. All right. Makes me feel like I've been helping Harold out in my own little. You have, Ida. You have. Hey, outsider hag. Got some fresh meat to feed her. That bar is a nice chill place for me to hang out at. I need it open again. He's gotten bigger, but he's still the same impudent brat inside. You're the only one who can tame that little beast. Harudin's off with his comrades, searching overseas for a doctor for you. So both of your sons have a lot of love for you. You're all making a big deal out of nothing. I'm just fine. That's real sweet of them, though. Okay. All right. Brewer's Village. Loki's mother's home. Elbath. Oh, okay. So we go to Esther's village. Huh? What'd you say? I said we don't want that outsider woman becoming the queen. You agree with that, right, Loki? Estrid's the true queen, and she's from our people. They can't take away our fortune and status. You better wail off on them, Loki. So we gave that wench a little poison. Oh. So these ergo spores won't stop once they've taken root. It's certain death. Yo. No, bro. Oh my God, that's crazy. Mato, get in touch with Harold at once. It doesn't matter if we're not related by blood. Loki's my dear sweet boy, just like Harudin is. Oh man. You get pissed off, Loki. Ida ain't gonna die, is she? Ooh. I remember what my real mother did. She cast me out of the tree into the underworld. You want fortune? You people make me sick. Ida isn't gonna die, is she? Because she's Loki. Loki's just lonely. That's all. Want to live with us? The only mother I have. Yo. Oda's cooking with these chapters, man. Oda is cooking. Okay. Let me drop the link, man, because I know we got a lot to discuss today. Oh my God, Oda's cooking, bro. Hold on one sec. We are being fed. We're being spoon-fed at this point. All right, there's a link. You guys are welcome to jump on. I need to take a drink of water because that was some heat. That was definitely some heat. Oh my God. Okay, man. So let me get this straight. So Shanks is a holy knight. Or he wasn't a holy knight. He was a devoted blade of God. So Shanks was a devoted blade of God. Shamrock upscale. Huge Shamrock upscale.
Yep.
What's going on?
How y'all doing? Long live Queen Esther. Long live King Harold and Queen Esther, the greatest.
All right, now that's been out. Now that's out the way. Got it. Actually, go ahead and get it all out. Get everything out at the top.
You know what I mean? And so I'm getting it all out. If you don't like Harold now, you ain't like Harold before. You can't tell me you like Ida if you don't like Harold right now. Harold took Ida's dream of fighting against the demonization of the giant race, and he said, "You know what? I'm in for it. I'm with fighting against that demonization without embracing it." So he's doing his best to try to go to the world government and ask them to stop, get rid of the demonization of the race. We know the world government not gonna do it. We know who the world government is, but like Harold, he's doing the right thing.
Okay. All right. Now that you got it all out, Zaire. Let me see if I can pick it on my end. Yeah, we can hear the fan in the background in your mic. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this before we go. Shamrock upscale. I gotta say that. Also, I just want to say too. I'm not gonna say that was a Shanks downscale.
Wait, hold on, stop. It's not a Shanks downscale. It's not a Mihawk downscale. It's not a Blackbeard downscale. Shanks is exactly your idea, Shanks. Nothing should change.
Okay, good.
This is just confirmation about our thoughts on Shamrock. That is all.
So, okay, you know what? We gonna get back to that. I'm gonna ask that question last.
Yes.
Okay. Strawberry. Or wait, you got some Trip?
What up? I got something about what?
Oh, I thought you were about to say something. Or I'll just go around and I'll ask everybody. I thought you were about to say something.
Well, the first thing I'll say is just to touch on something you were asking earlier. Koala was rescued amongst those people that left with Boa and all that. Because when you go into the Fisher Tiger flashback, when they tell Fisher Tiger about her, like, hey, one of the girls, that were pretty much, when we were able to flee with you from Mary Joie, but we still haven't been able to get her over to her parents and take her. So, long story short, just to clear that up for you, she actually was rescued from Mary Joie along with the other girls. He just ended up having to actually take her home because the people she was with couldn't get her there.
And if you remember, Reed, like a lot of people from Mary Joyce that were rescued by Fisher Tiger ended up having to like hide out on random islands nearby Mary Joyce. Like the Boa sisters thought they were going to get found, but then Elder Neon found them and was able to take them back to Amazon Lily. They thought they was going to get caught by someone like looking around for the slaves because all the slaves pretty much had to hide on nearby islands.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. All right, well, we can go ahead and go around. I know we had a guest tonight. I don't know. Up there he goes. There we go. Mello, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Can you hear me, Mello?
Yo, Mello. I like the red.
I bet I was trying to fix my my mic. What's popping?
There you go. You're good. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, Mello.
Good, bro. Good.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie.
We got film red or team red. I see me, Reed. I see Mello with the headphones. I see a little bit of Foley. I don't know if he really rocking one just like that.
Yeah. Bro, hey, I'm not gonna lie. Oda is feeding us right now, bro. He is feeding us.
Facts. Well, here, what we usually do is go. Actually, no, you're a guest. Just talk to us about yourself real quick, your socials, man. I know you want to come on and talk some One Piece with us. Meaty Mello, I know you're an anime creator. I mean, just talk a little bit about it, man.
Okay, so if you guys don't know who I am the self-proclaimed biggest Black Clover blazer on the internet. If you guys like Black Clover, go check me out. Meaty Mello on all socials. How to throw that out there? Got to spread the Black Clover agenda everywhere I go. Second of all, We're going crazy. This One Piece chapter is insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty insane.
So we usually go about and ask everyone their thoughts on the chapter and give a rating. I'll come to you. I'll start with Strawberry, and then we'll kind of go from there. Give a rating and your thoughts on the chapter. All right, Strawberry, we are ready for your thoughts.
I definitely have to say that this chapter is a 10 out of 10 for me. And I like how Oda made Shamrock and Shanks, if I'm saying the term correctly, they're mirror twins. So I like how he implemented that. I'm going to dig like a little bit deeper into that because they didn't have to be mirror twins. They could have just been regular twins, but they mirror each other. So I wonder, it makes me think if eventually Shamrock will have a scar on his mirroring eye to Shanks. So other than that, yeah, Queen Ida all day, every day.
That's it.
We don't care about Queen Estrid. We do not. She can die. Like she died.
Queen Estrid's the only good
Throw
one.
her off the cliff.
Queen Estrid's the only good one. That's the one we rock with.
Throw her off the cliff. Throw her off the cliff.
She threw Loki off the cliff. She was trying to save the country.
Not too much.
Nah.
Her off.
Nah. You threw your newborn baby off the cliff. I don't like it. Now,
you got it.
I hate her people even more. Because why did you poison Ida? I don't understand that. Did you not like her or I won't say you didn't like her, but did you find her that threatening to Estrid? Because if that's the case, that's the Ida upscale. That's the royal
lineage. They were paid off by the government. They might have been paid off or something.
They weren't trying to ruin the history of Elbaf. The royalty of Elbaf didn't want to get stained with that bio mutt bloodline. They didn't want that. They didn't want that.
Okay, either that or they got someone got paid off by the world government or something.
That too. But I don't know about the world government. World government probably like.
I don't know. I don't like her people though, and I am so glad that Loki, even though he likes to look like he's a little menace sometimes, he truly did love Ida like a mother, and I'm glad that Oda wrote that in there because you can't give that much love to a little boy that's going through that kind of mental strain, and he doesn't come out not loving that woman that loved on him. You know, you logically you don't do that. So I'm glad to see Loki stands up for Ida. I absolutely love it. Ida upscale all day because. Yeah, no, you didn't have to poison the girl, but for whatever reason, you were so threatened by her position with Harold that you feel like she had to die.
You did.
And Loki gonna tear y'all a new hole for that one. So I'm excited to see it.
What do you rate the chapter, Strawberry?
10 to 100.
All right. Alex, what's your thoughts, man?
I think I like the chapter overall. I definitely don't rate it a 10. For me, it was more like a 6. But I think I like chapter. I definitely liked Shamrock. I like Harold. I like Estrid. I mean, Estrid not in this chapter, but like I still love Estrid. Her people stupid. I don't know about the self-snitching. They probably shouldn't do that. Or they could be rappers if they're gonna do that. I don't know. But like, I just don't think it's a good look. But yeah, W King Harold. I'm all for him.
Trip, we're ready, bro. What's your thoughts, man? What's your rating?
Shit. Thoughts. Interesting chapter. I love a chapter where we see characters in a new light or perspective, and we gotta, we think we know everything about that character, but now it's like, wait a minute, why is he acting like this? You know what I'm saying? So I like that. Not I won't say necessarily a lore dump, but like the information on the contracts. I like that explanation in itself. You know what I'm saying? Again, it just opens up a lot more other conversations to like what are the levels of it. You know what I mean? And it makes me really raise an eyebrow towards Gunko because even in Elbaf, well, I would say during Rox's timeline, she was a quote unquote God's blade. And you would assume that the God's blades are like they don't have a direct communication or connection with Emu. But however, again, in Rox's timeline, Gunko is in the literal flower room with Emu. And we know during that time she's a God's blade. So, just would like a little bit more on that. The Shaggy connection. I would love for it to pan out to that Shirahoshi. I'd be lit. You know what I'm saying? That'd be
Crazy W.
But that's a whole nother conversation for another time. You know what I'm saying? Like I swear Blackbeard is over there wreaking havoc. You know what I'm saying? I swear Blackbeard is over there wreaking havoc. But yeah, all in all, I like where I like how everything's going. I always did mention that there's gonna be some semblance of like a sibling bond between Loki and Hydruden. I think Ida is the bridge for that gap, and that's what we're about to probably see in the next chapter. But yeah, what do I rate the chapter? I give it a 8.9. It's an 8.9 for me. I like it. I like the chapter. It's a good one. It was good. Yeah.
I can dig it. All right. Mello, man. What's your thoughts, bro?
Okay, I kind of have a lot. I have a lot, low key.
All right, go.
First of all, I want to say, so there's been a lot of things going on the internet about saying that there's a lot of Garp downplay on the internet, and a lot of people are saying, oh well, Garp's supposed to be this good guy, he's looking out for the the little guys and thing in the world government. But I would argue that Garp's not really a good guy. I would say if you're gonna
I like this guy.
Hold on. If because people are saying like, oh yeah, he's trying to change things from within the world government. That he's honestly not doing anything. If you're gonna do something, do what Shanks is doing. Shanks, he let Fisher Tiger out. He's basically giving them everyone all blades, weapons, everything to escape from Marichwa. He's actually for a lack of a better term, he's fucking shit up. You know what I mean?
Since Shanks didn't actually let Fisher Tiger out, Fisher Tiger already got out on his own and came back. But still, he's helping. Whereas I get you saying Garp's just sitting there at the bottom of the mountain, as he explained it, watching out for the Marines or the people in the Marines that are like him. Hopefully, and don't realize how bad the world government is.
Right. Also, I would like to say, let me pull it up real fast. I honestly I don't know if I like King Harold being the world government's pawn, bro. I don't know if I like that.
I like it, but that's because he don't really realize he's the pawn. In his mind, he's doing whatever it takes to exterminate the demonization of his people. His people have been stereotyped as villains and as these less than human. They're seen as people that are more primitive. As in Ida's words, the exact words for primitive there would be brutish and barbaric, both meaning primitive. Because it's the idea is to see them as less than human, which is actually happening in the real world. But I don't think we should make too many real world ties to that. However, I just think that we should realize that fighting against the demonization of your people is a just cause. So I'm still for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, listen, man, when it comes to Harold and his decision to play pawn for the world government, all I can say is heavy is the head that wears the crown, dog. You would never understand what's really going through his mind. We would never get it. Not right now. We not finna understand what's going through his head. For real. I don't know how far y'all would probably go for your, if you were in his position. But again, if you see a better option for him, please, let's discuss that. Because I'm on the outside looking in, again, us knowing what we know about the world government, this is kind of his only route to date, which is why he was even in tears once, when Rox died, it was damn, now I gotta go full throttle with it.
I'll say on the part of better option, when he met Ida, he pretty much only had two options, which was if he had met Rox before Ida, I think maybe he would have picked the other option, but the two options were either disagree with Ida and go full in, embracing the stereotypes until you can dethrone the world government and like reissue like public opinion, or you do what Ida's saying and like try to see what you can do to like change that public opinion and like appease the world government to atone for like the past history or perception of your race and the current perception / demonization of your race. So like if he had met Rocks before, maybe he goes with the idea of, okay, we need to fight against them. That way we can get people to realize our people aren't just like barbarians or less than human, but instead we're actually very smart people. We know a lot about the world. We know about navigation, shipbuilding, and like and a lot of things. We're not just like cavemen or like, you know, some less than human species, some barbarians or like, you know, some brutes. We're more than that. But like, you know, it's just he don't really get that option. That option gets taken off the table when he agrees with Ida. That's why I say if he meets Rocks before Ida, he maybe go a different way.
Harold is essentially just taking the ultimate sacrifice, bro. Because I don't think he really realizes that, but I mean,
yeah, he don't realize how bad
he's gonna be a goner at the end of this, bro.
Yeah, he don't realize.
I think he does. I think he does, given the fact that we see that there's a moment where he actually pulls Loki and Hydraulic aside, like, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to like actually come together. That alone tells me he has something in my plan in mind in the work. And also think about it, Loki was not summoned to the castle by, you know what I mean, like Ja Rule was summoned because they're also trying to wipe out Ja Rule with a little shenanigans going on. But Loki wasn't summoned by everyone else. Like the guards were surprised to see him. I think that's Harold like calling him in on some, you know, like remember, you know, it's probably not gonna be on some like remember what we talked about, or the sentiment it will echo is that now is the time. Now is the time. You know what I mean? So I just again, it's I keep equating what Harold got going on to Odin's working. You know what I mean? Like we won't get it until we get it. So, you know, we just gonna be all mixed up about it until.
Wait, Mello, real quick, did you get to finish saying everything you wanted to say?
Yeah, I would just say my rating for the chapter would probably be maybe an 8.5.
Okay, I did want to ask you a question about your guard point. So, because I've been seeing a lot of the GARP scrutiny go on the internet, especially TikTok. TikTok's been heavy with it. My thing is, I wouldn't say GARP didn't do anything. I guess I don't have a question. I have an elaboration. I don't think GARP didn't do anything. I think he is working from the inside as the inside man. It's just he had a lot of failure in that. Because that was the whole point of him having Kuzan as his student. And even when Sengoku wanted to change, when Sengoku being his boy, them wanting to change the Marines when it was time for that change to come in, Sengoku referred Kuzan. He trusted the Navy's hands in Kuzan. But the problem is that the overarching branch, the other executives on the Marines in general, they wanted Sakazuki. So that pushed forward the change. And it ended up being Sakazuki. And that's why in Beaver Card for GARP, it says that after the events of Marineford, GARP is even more inspired and more strong-willed now for the younger generation of the Marines. And that's why I say GARP is facing his karma. He's had a lot of failure, yes. He didn't see a lot of success. But Sword is going to be the saving grace. Well, it's not going to be his saving grace because he might have to bite the bullet. I don't know if GARP lives through this tale. I'm still speculative about it. But I do think that GARP did put an effort in. It just didn't come into it. It just wasn't as prevalent as us, the fans, would have wanted it to be for someone being the inside man. We want to see more disruption, more change. Stuff like that. Like what Fujitora did, as far as what Fujitora did with the Warlords, stuff like that, we're wondering, hey, well, why hasn't GARP done stuff in that notion? My only argument is GARP is trying to stay out of that type of light. That's why he's not pushing forward that narrative himself, and he's working more of just changing the mindset of the younger generation coming forward in the Marines. That way, it's a different type of prominent change when it comes in and it hits. Because him putting himself on the forefront, with them knowing what's going on with him, it kind of does put him in a red light district.
That's true. Like, even on God Valley, bro, like he saw everything that was going on. He saw the slavery was going on. He saw the wild manhunt going on. But like
Somebody
he just
gotta
saw
mute
everything. He's
this
like,
background.
I'm just here to beef with Roger, bro. I don't care about none of this. I'm just here to beef with Roger. That's all he said basically. So I mean,
So I was
and then hold on, and then
when you
continue to do
finish
another.
your
Mello, but hold on, Mello. He was at. I get what you're saying. When he pulled up to God Valley, it was precisely for Roger. He told Roger, he said, "Hey, I came here for you and Rocks to be for real. That's what I really came here for." But as you saw in action, he was confronting something different. Even when he saw Emu and Saturn, he questioned it in the moment and he acted, and his actions weren't on the side of the world government in that moment. So I think he's picked his side, and as Sengoku's already said, they've been wanting to get rid of him. They just couldn't because of his accomplishments. He's too accomplished. He has too much notoriety to his names. They can't just send an assassin after him or off him. He's too strong and he has too much motion. So the only thing, talking about Garp. So Sengoku has already stated that to the other Marines that don't know about God Valley and want to know why Garp just does what he wants and doesn't go up higher in rank when he's been offered. So I feel like there's a lot of nuances that's been added for Garp. I'm not saying it excuses all the other bad stuff that happens. I'm just saying he did put in the effort. He might have not had the succession we would have wanted him to have, because the dragon, he realized that was dead in the water because his son saw it firsthand, just like I saw it firsthand. We both learned it at the same time. Then when he tried with Kuzan, O'Hara happened, and it kind of pushed Kuzan in that direction of what Garp was saying. And then at the end of it, look what happened at Marineford. So that kind of put everything in the mud. So now his last saving grace is Kobe and Sword. So
yeah, I agree with that. I say I'm more so agree with Mello, and I would say like if Sengoku wasn't there, everything Mello was saying is just right, because like Garp's thing after all of that was just I'm just sit at the bottom of the cliff, like because Sengoku was there and like he has people like Sword existing, but like there's a dream of like changing the Marines and like getting to the top to try to change it thanks to Sengoku, and like I don't think that really works if Garp's not his boy. For that dream to even exist.
But that's not the argument.
I would say that's
hold on, Alex. The argument isn't if Sengoku is his boy, and that's not what we're talking about. We're talking specifically about Garp, right? And then if you want to add in the construct of Sengoku being his boy, Sengoku has done his fair share of bad as well to be in the very same argument as a Garp. I'm not trying to exclude Sengoku from these conversations. I believe that Sengoku, Garp, and Soru, the three Marines that have been put on the camera from that perspective of the old generation, they're going to be the three Marines that are going to have something to do overarchingly with Sword and how it moves and mobilizes. So I'm not trying to argue the other aspects of Sengoku and Sword and anyone else. I'm just talking about Garp. All I'm saying is to Mello's point, because Mello said he didn't do anything. We could say that he didn't accomplish anything because we haven't seen the fruits of his labor with Sword yet. But I'm not going to say he didn't try. That's all I wanted to say.
Mello, would you mind restating your whole point? Because I think it was going in like more direction. I agree with like because like I don't know without the friendship, I don't know if it all works. But go ahead if you would.
I would just say, bro, that like a lot of people bring up the argument that Garp is trying to change, the world government from within. He's like, purposely he's purposely staying inside the world government to change the world government and change their ways, but in all reality, he really hasn't done much because he hasn't done anything. He's continuing to work for a system that upholds, slavery, and all these other like bad things that happen in the world. You know what I mean? And he's not actually doing any change. And
remember when they wanted to kill Rouge, he was willing to let them kill like 1,000 pregnant women and like babies.
He's not trying to
when you actually end up finishing questioning the rest of them, Reed, I will like touch back up on that. I just don't want to jump in on this Garp combo right now. Garp not even in this chapter, but I'm gonna let y'all rock.
Yeah, Garp. As far as it goes with Garp, I forgot what I was about to say just now. Dang, kind of threw off my thought. Oh yeah, well, he's not trying to inspire change in the world government. He's trying to change the Navy specifically. That's a faction within the world government. So he's not trying to actually inspire change through the whole world government. That's not his thing. He's trying to protect the Navy and the aspects of the Navy that need protecting, because he realizes they're all screwed. and there's no one here to look out for the smaller guy. That's all it is. I think he is trying. He wants to inspire heavy change, and that's why it said that he's heavily involved with the younger Marines, because those are the ones you're gonna have to. If you want to make change, you got to start with the youth. That's like a common rule in change.
Okay. Was that everything you had to say, Mello?
Yeah.
Okay. Redface, what's your thoughts, bro? And then Redface, after you give your thoughts, I have two people that are trying to get on here. I'm gonna swap them because Pat Fuji's trying to give his take on Shanks. But Redface, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I think this chapter was excellent. I'm gonna give it a 9. I think by the end of Elbath, we're gonna be very proud of Loki. By the end, we're gonna be proud. I think Shanks has silenced everybody. He silenced everybody that was talking on his name. I understand why they thought he was a bad guy, but here we have it in black and white. He is the man. And you can't deny it. Like,
I deny
all this agenda nonsense, finished.
Yeah,
Finished. I'm not happy with Harold. Each chapter for the past month and a half has just been disappointment after disappointment. I feel like he never really let Rox like explain himself until it was really too late, like to try and join his cause and whatnot. And now here he is being an absolute bootlicker for the worst people in the whole One Piece verse.
Yeah.
So it's just sad. It's sad, really.
It is.
Okay. Did you have anything else you need to say?
Yeah, no, that's about it.
I'm gonna swap you to the background and then pull two people up on stage. All right. Fully, go ahead, bro. You're good, bro.
Okay. Am I coming in clear and whatnot?
Yep. Perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
So how I felt about the chapter, I really did love like the background of everything we got in the chapter and everything like that. I love seeing like all the fleshing out like key moments of history for us and showing like how Shanks was like a part of that. But the thing that like it does make me wonder really hard though now is that thing that like I would say the thing that comes to my mind is like with seeing how Goku acts with last chapter and seeing like how Shanks moves in this chapter, it makes me think, so when he pulled up, that was kind of the reason why Goku was like, oh yeah, we gotta wrap this up and whatnot. It makes me think of that, like what different moments that have happened in the past that's just like adds more levels, knowing that like there are people like Sengoku that kind of know of things like this and whatnot and might be aware. So it just makes me curious about like Shanks' movements even more now. Not necessarily him being a traitor, but like what is his plan? What is his machinations? And having me very curious on like what are the plans going on in the world right now. And I would say, overall, I think overall I had to give the chapter a solid I had to give a chapter like a 8 and whatnot. And it makes me wonder how long has it been since I wanted to ask her how long has it been since Harold's death and whatnot, because like it's a question that comes to my mind knowing like the difference between Harold's death and like now and whatnot.
Okay.
I think there is a time.
Yeah, my bad. I was muted. Harold died 14 years ago.
Yeah, boom.
Okay. The only reason why my mind like goes off of like the whole Harold's death, like being 14 years ago. So like Harold, the way Harold was moving that whole time and how he kept telling y'all I want to join the world government and everything like that. After y'all king died, y'all kept the library, but none of y'all wanted to push that dream going after that.
See, that's the confusing part. We don't know. There's still pieces missing. I would say before we judge that, there's still pieces
I would agree with Fully on that part, though, partially, because like they don't. None of them seems like fully agree to the dream. Like based on this flashback, I don't even think Harold knows. Like Harold seems like he's just meeting Saul and is like giving him passes, so he doesn't know about Saul using taking Hadrudin on his like first pirate mission to go get the books. I don't think he knows that Saul's an outlaw and like used to be a Marine. I don't think he knows that he's a criminal that he's harboring. I don't think he knows that his son is now a criminal and like he might be against those things. You know what I mean? Like those are things that like would hinder his dream of joining world government. And we just saw him last chapter beat a giant halfway to death for doing just that, right? So like I don't think he knows fully about that. And like, but in their minds, they're continuing this dream on some way. Like Hadrudin's doing this for Elbaf in his mind. Like they're all doing like everything in their mind, like for them, even though they're not going about it the same way Harold did, because like they're not doing the exact same thing Harold wanted. Because what they're doing isn't gonna eliminate the stereotypes about the giant people.
But that's the thing. That's why I was gonna tell Foolie. That's why I said there's still pieces missing, because as of right now, there as how we know Elbaf moves and decisions are made and shit is called. Even if they have the elders who do a round table council, there's still a king there that oversees stuff. You know what I'm saying? So there's no king. So as long as there's no king, there no decisions on Elbaf are gonna be made. That's kind of how I look at it. It's a land without a king. That's why they're trying to. That's why you see the Holy Knights trying to interject the way they are now.
Yeah, we're gonna get a Hadrudin and Loki team up.
Definitely. But that's also why, like, when Gunko Emu like did the Dami Reversi on Broggy, she named like Dami and Broggy. I mean, I said Dami and Broggy and Dory, the kings for the time, so that they would listen to her, like, because the idea is once they take over this country, they're still going to have control over these guys, and thus they're still going to have control over the country.
Before we get to the last ones, Trip, you can say what you were going to say about the Garp thing if you want to get it off.
No, Exile. I don't think you spoke to Zal, Coach, and Coach was hopped in. What's up, Coach?
Okay,
all right, I'd rather everyone like actually finish talking about the chapter before we just veer off on other subjects. So,
all right.
You know me, I'm gonna go on a rant my damn self. You feel me?
You good, bro? All right. Za.
Can you hear me good? Did
yes,
you hear anything? Okay. Let Fuji and Coach go, because I'm not. You need to let me. This is simmering.
Too much
simmering right now. I'm not trying to. You know what? I'm going.
Wow. Okay. All right, Fuji, bro. What's your thoughts, man?
I feel like Shanks hate's about to come. I feel like Shanks hate's coming.
We'll see. Fuji, you good?
Right. You guys can hear me, right?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah. All right, all clear. 10 out of 10. That's definitely info dump. So much information to process. I feel sad that Harrow has to go down the path of becoming a holy knight, and I wish he knew that all the all the work government wants to do with him is just gain the power of the giant for their own selfish needs. So they realize that, hey, this fool over here is giving himself up to us. Let's just ease into our plan and make sure that he doesn't find out. So I feel bad, but at the same time, it's understandable too, because he's simply trying to undo, like hundreds of years of like the giant terror against the world or something like that. So I could see why he continued digging himself, deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. So that's why he ended up with the what you call it, like that tattoo on his arm, the covenant, like the surface covenant, whatever. Yeah. So, but we know how it ends with Harrow when we got into Elbaf. Possibly he got Domi Reversi, he got killed. So I'm just thinking that this is probably off screen. It's just my theory is that a specific event that might have led to Harrow's death is that maybe between now and at the time of his death inside his castle, where Loki and that one other giant found out was that just maybe he and his group of the Holy
We're 1
Knights.
year away from his death, by the way. He dies next year based on this chapter.
Okay. So I'm thinking that what if he got asked to go to an unaffiliated island and repeat the man's hunt on like an unaffiliated island? Because remember that the Holy Knights has that man's hunt every 3 years. They could pick another unaffiliated island and repeat the man's hunt. And then Harold realized that he has to participate in that. And he was like, nah, this is not it. Like, I join you guys because I want Elbaf to become part of the world government. But at the same time, this goes against my ideology. So I'm out. And because he's out, he betrayed the world government, and then he found out about the covenant and stuff like that. Like, he met with the 5 elders, and maybe he even learned a little more about like the true God. Right after this chapter, Emo just stepped in and be like, "Now, hey, you're done." So that might have been the event that led to his death. Just my theory.
Okay. I like it. Did you have anything else? Was that it, Fuji? Yes. All right.
So I muted myself, but yeah, that's it.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Coke.
Timeline adds up for your theory, Fuji, by the way. Timeline would be correct for it. For Fuji's theory of like another how every 3 years they like do the games, God Night games, I guess. Like, yeah, timeline would be correct for Fuji's theory. Like they would have like another God Night games like around this year. It would probably be like the year Harold dies will be the year of another God Night games.
Okay. Cokes. Your thoughts, bro?
Yo, what's good, guys? Been a little minute. For me though, this chapter was a 10 out of 10, but it's not just because of the everything and like the context of this chapter. It's mostly because of everything leading up to this chapter, which is another reason why I feel like you damn near can pencil me down for like a 10 out of 10 for the next 5 chapters. My favorite thing.
That's real.
Low key, my favorite thing about this chapter, though, if I'm being honest, is I think it was like mid chapter we get to watch, quote unquote, possibly Shanks freeing Fisher Tiger, and basically seeing that domino effect of him freeing, like going in the armory and freeing the Snake Princess, freeing what's her name, the girl that's in the Revolutionary Army, freeing everybody that we've known for the last 1,000 chapters in like full circle. I myself in the past I've been a Shanks hater. Not this chapter though. He was super dripped out. I've said it before as well. He usually doesn't have drip. He usually looked like a bum. Not today. He was just as dripped out as his counterpart Shamrock.
Yes, true. Facts.
I'm very curious to know.
Let Zog go. Zog gonna get to that part. Like, he right on the drip.
The drip was drip. He was dripping. He was dripped out.
He was dripping.
I can't co-sign the rat allegations anymore. If anything, he's a freer of chains at this moment, right? Everybody that Fisher Tiger freed, I gotta put on Shanks. On his palette as well. As far as that island goes, I'm saying. I thought that was amazing. I love when Oda just goes full circle with all these fucking characters. That's my favorite thing.
If you're gonna do all that, just know that that's a dragon up skill for the record. But go ahead.
Talk about it.
I'm fine with that too.
To be honest, that's also a fact. About the drip, bro, is that if you notice, Shamrock in this chapter has his shirt open, and Shanks has the shirt and the collar all done up. If you look in the future now, Shanks has the shirt open, and Shamrock is the one that has it all pinned up and is all well done. So
I see that.
There's some
crazy. I was about to bring that up too. I'm thinking that Shanks and Shamrock actually remember each other, and that's their way of showing respect to one another.
Could be possible. Yeah. It could just be their sentiment.
No, I like that. My only other thing was I am very curious about the insight or like the deeper context or meaning with that little conversation Shanks and Harold had, and like the look Harold was giving. Because I'm assuming Shanks was just like doing that to throw people off his scent of like, I'm the one who did that shit. Oh, I can't wait to catch the guy that did like that SpongeBob meme. When he was like looking for who is on that poster behind him. Who is it? Who did it? Like, nigga, that was you.
Yeah, he made it seem like the Roger Pirates had been to Elbaf and he had met Shanks before. That's kind of that's the implication I got.
That's what I got. Like maybe he met baby Shanks or like kid Shanks. Like I don't know if Shanks remembers him, but he remembers Shanks.
Something like that. He's like, yo, you capping, but whatever. Like he might know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it was more to do with like giant lifespan versus humans, because I think it's like based on it. Like I don't think Shanks knows him because it's the same feeling I got when I met Shamrock. So like he's expressed this feeling twice. So like I don't think Shanks like necessarily remembers, but he remembers. He was like, no. I remember there was a baby with Roger, redhead. Yeah, that was you. That was you. I seen you. Remember you was playing around my castle. That was you. That was you.
So I'm kind of curious about how he got back into Maurice-Raw, though.
Do y'all think Shanks told his people that he was with Rogers, or no?
Hell no, he lied.
No, hell no. I'm just kind of curious how Shanks got back into Maurice-Raw. Did he just pull up one day and be like, yo, I'm back. What's good? You know what I mean?
It's like, yo, I just found out I'm a figure land.
I think so.
I think so. Long lost, bro.
I think so. I
These
think
are
his
same abilities
his
that don't
family held more weight as well. Like the Fig Garlands. He pulled up, looks just like Shamrock, the little guy that walks around with Garland. You know what I mean? So that's what they're doing, and they're calling him like, yo, some little dude pulled up looking just like you. And he know he had twins, so he got clearance. He ain't had Doflamingo problems.
And this is after Marineford, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that time?
No, this is before Marineford.
No, this is before Marineford. This is
way before.
After God Valley? It's way after God Valley.
Yeah. This is a few years before he loses his arm.
Well, am I tripping, or is he missing? It looks like he's missing his arm in the panel.
What panel?
No,
the panel next to.
Man, you are tripping. You are tripping. You are tripping. For the record, you are tripping. For the record, you are tripping.
Straight down, and one hand is on his sword. For sure. This is two arms Shanks that Shamrock is being compared to. This is
Right.
This is upscale. You're not dodging the upscale, bro.
Shit, maybe I'm unk. My bad.
Yeah, you're not
That's all good, bro.
Yeah.
Cokes, what's your thoughts, bro? Or what? Are you done with everything, or you have something to say?
No, yeah, I'm pretty much done. The last thing that I was going on was really just that conversation with Harold. But like I think Goo made a great point. I think that would explain why he also had that same feeling when he met Shamrock. He was like, I feel like I know you. He could have met Rogers in the past and seen a younger version of Shanks. That's probably it.
Okay. All right. Zah, you haven't went
yet. All right. Anyway, get through the glaze that we had going on because I'm not listening to that nonsense. I actually feel bad for Harold because he's trying his best, and he just doesn't know the government is playing him like a fiddle. And it's like I thought about it last week. I was like, you know what? I don't know what I would do if I was Harold. And then to see him, like, he's sitting there and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be this type of weapon. And they're like, yeah, we'll accept you to the world government. And they're just like, and it's kind of like, yeah, no. They're like, yeah, we'll accept you. We want this giant on it. Yeah. It's like, oh, man, they keep the little food before him. And then he's running for it. They're like, yo, do everything we got. We don't want you on, bro.
They call that a bumbling buffoon.
He is doing his Odin dance. He is doing his giant Odin dance. That's pretty much what he's doing. I feel so bad for him.
I feel that.
And I have.
Loki sacrifice is needed, though, to be honest, though.
Yeah, but not when they playing in your face like that. You know they're not gonna give you anything. You know they're not gonna give you anything.
Ben did it for 5 years. Harold doing it for his whole life, as Trick said last.
He's never giving up on Eater's dream. We got to stop the demonization of our people. If we just appeal to them long enough, they're gonna change their minds and say we good people now.
That's not gonna happen.
You won't stop that because like for 2 weeks you've been trying to tell us to be woke in a weird way. No, I don't like that. I don't like you using that.
We're almost done, Alex, and then you can do your thing. Zah.
Okay, and anyway, yeah, I knew where Alex was going. That's why I didn't even pay attention. We gotta talk. Listen, I went on a rant on Friday. If I have to do more red hair, One Piece glaze, I promise you I'll drop this goddamn series, bro. The fact that this motherfucker saves everyone and every time. It's always this motherfucker. This hoe is on my screen 24/7. Every time he goes, Oda gives him another way to save someone. He gives him another. I was like, Oda, what, did he help Crocus give Laboon the thing too? Why not give him everything? Because that's what we doing for Shakes. Honestly, if this motherfucker do not die by the end of this series, I'm dropping One Piece. I promise you. I drop One Piece today if Oda does not kill his man. Because, it's annoying now. What else does Shanks have? Shanks got the key to One Piece. I bet you Shanks know what the One Piece is. Man, you know what? That's all. That's it. I'm not doing this.
Dude, just wait until I drop my side story of Shanks.
All right. So
just wait until I drop my side story of Shanks.
In other news, man, shout out Shanks. I'm sorry for your comments, but shout out the boy. Shout out the boy. Couple things I wanted to start to mention since everyone's giving those thoughts out. As far as Shanks and the Shamrock comparison, again, Shanks is under deep cover right now. So however strong they think he is, ain't how strong he actually is. So as far as I'm concerned, Shamrock is being compared to a Nerf Shanks. That's not an upscale for me. However, I do understand why that is even a conversation piece to be had in the story as of right now, because again, he just came back. He's strong and putting him in our ranks. We can't just elevate him to where his twin brother status is, but nuances here and there. He needs to get more accustomed to the Holy Land, blah, blah, blah. But again, still highlighting that he is strong nonetheless. Not to take that for granted. The Garp thing is something I'll speak on last. As far as right now in Elbaf and what's going on with the way it seems that they're not letting Ida get on the throne, be a queen. Harold keeps asking her to marry. Harold is a very, very flawed and just conflicted, and in a wrong time and space for him. Something I found out interesting was there was an actual Viking king named King Harold who on his travels met a woman named Gyda, Gyda, beautiful woman, and she told him that she won't marry him unless he is the king of all Vikings. Literally what Harold is doing right now in the story, trying to unite all the giant races and through being inspired through the love of Ida. You know what I'm saying? So I could see how some of this was just like it had to be done. Because again, I remember y'all saying that had he met Rox before Ida, some different stuff would have played out. But I would argue that in that case, had Harold met Rox before Ida, a lot of story beats right now wouldn't even be in play. You know what I'm saying? Loopy fuck around, never got that dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate, but that's it is what it is. Now with the Garp conversation, I don't think anybody can ever say Garp has done nothing. I don't know another Marine who has literally attacked Emu twice in one day. I don't know another Marine that's done that. So, so there's that. Secondly, can you honestly say that we get a Fujitora, we get Aokiji saving Robin, We get Kobe. Do we get any of those? A Smoker? Do we get any of those type of Marines without Garp being in the Marines? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think we get a Fujitora snapping back at Akainu if not for people like Garp being in the Marines that have showed them you don't have to. If you're
He's
not
going
going for it, you're not going for it.
being
You're
like
sworn to
notes on
protect the people,
individual.
not to hold on, Alex, I'm not done. Hold on, I'm not done. Like again, Garp has been the one that's like, I'm not here to serve the powers that be. I'm here for the people. You know what I'm saying? So I think his what he represents is it's immeasurable to the Marines. So to say he's done nothing, I think is disrespect to what he has inspired in general with the Marines. You know what I mean? Like they're not again, like I just said, we don't get the certain ones that we got if not for Gar being who he is in the Marines. So it's indirectly doing what you want him to directly do. He's just indirectly doing it. So I just have to throw that and highlight that. Put that out there. And please bring Slev back. I don't know where she went, but bring her back. We'll throw that out there.
I don't know where she went either. I didn't take her out. She just left. So I'm not sure. Okay. Nika. You got it, bro.
This chapter, I'm gonna give it 8.5 out of 10 as well. I know somebody else that said that. That's what I'm going with as well. I thought it was dope. I like the interactions between the twins because the way Shamrock talked to Shanks, it seemed like Shamrock cared about his brother. And even when going back to when Loki questioned Shamrock in the first place about who he was, when Shamrock spoke on Shanks, he still didn't sound like he had any distaste for his brother as far as like actual ties. You get what I'm saying? It just sounded like, okay, his brother made the decision, and his decision was to live down here with y'all rather than live up there with me. It didn't sound like he was just blatantly hating on his mans. So I don't know what the camaraderie between the two are and is. Would it be some more passion driven thing for Shamrock to want to maybe have an interaction with his brother on the negative, or would it inspire something on the positive? We don't know how tied in people like Dragon play, like if he's ever had an interaction with Shanks ever since God Valley and stuff like that. Does he know of Shamrock? Which I would presume he does, because he was the first person talking about the Holy Knights, and that's when we first got the silhouette of Shamrock in the first place. So there's a lot of interesting tie-ins with the Holy Knight stuff. I do like the aspect that Harold doesn't know what he's doing. I figured this was what was gonna come next. The next thing we see with Harold is gonna be something very distasteful to us. We're not gonna really like it, more so to say, but that is what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. And remember, we were talking about it, me, Ree, and Trip. We were talking about it, and as far as would something come up that would make him suspicious of what's going on in the Holy Land. And he got two clues. One was the Shanks interaction. He met Saint Shanks, and it wasn't Pirate Shanks. So he had that interaction and that energy to go off of. And then the second interaction would be when Venus Joro and them still were talking about God. Now he has things that he can question now. So now the connecting piece, like y'all were saying, it hits this chapter. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps the fluidity going. So I thought that was dope to see. So now we're gonna see what Harold does next, because I imagine if it all led up to his death, then he eventually came full circle and announced or did something in action that allowed it to say, "Hey, this not what I'm not with y'all," and that probably led into whatever happened in the throne room. But yeah, I do think what else? The last part of the chapter that really bridged the gap was the Ida and the Estrid stuff. I wondered if there was ever gonna be like an Estrid faction, because normally people would have that like this. It felt like, One Piece has these motions where it feels like Game of Thrones at times, and it felt like to me they were doing this whole pushing the royal blood type of thing rather than pushing the other side. And I always wondered how it was going to happen and what happened to Ida, because we never knew what happened to her. So this was a nice little tie-in, and I like how Loki responded, because they told us about him being arson in the past when they talked about the accursed prince and how he was this and he did that. Now we're finding out some of the stories. Yeah, he was an arson, but he burned the village because they killed his moms. Like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of adds it now. So now
he was being an arson before that.
It's even still though, it lets because now all the times that he was being arson still leads me to believe there was a reason he did whatever he did at the time. It's not just every time, oh, I'm just out here causing mischief to do. He probably had times like that, but growing up and he's maturing, we can see he's making decisions off impulse, but there's the reasoning is way deeper than what we're learning, than what we've seen in the past before when he was just a child acting out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand you.
But yeah, besides that, everything going forward, I think this chapter was a solid 8.5. I'm digging it. I'm liking the myths with the I like that they completely identified that it was not the Florian Triangle monster that Harold was. Because I know if they didn't do that, this Twitter would have been going crazy with this movie. So
I got a question for
I love that.
So
I got a question for the congregation after Nico.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I'm done with my question, but no, I'm done. I'm done with One Piece.
Yeah, I got two things to add on.
Sure.
I'm gonna wait until Trip finished.
Reed, did you want to segue into something else before I do this?
You're good.
Or read some comments. I know what you have.
Well, I'm gonna read comments after you go. I'm gonna read comments, then I'm gonna get my take, and then we're gonna go into it. So you're good.
All right, for sure. Nothing major. I was actually just rereading Elbath, of course, before the flashback started, and I was like in 1144, like in the 1140s area, when Loki struck the tree and started that fire. Do y'all think he was specifically trying to stop the children, or that was just a random quirk of an effect where the fire randomly popped up along the path they were walking down? Because the more I look at it and piece it together, Loki knows that the Holy Knights are here.
Yeah,
and I am under the impression that he has some type of ability with his eyes, or his eyes grant him some type of all-viewing sight of everything, where he knows what's going on Elbath at all times, or whatever the case is. So when he struck that tree, the kids were already being sent to the other side to go meet the doc. And then Loki ends up getting up. He strikes the tree. The fire could have. I believe the fire could have started anywhere, because I believe that was the point of him striking the tree. And that notion is him directing where he wants the lightning to hit on said tree. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just have to ask that, because if there is an aspect to Loki where he tried to save Elbath on his own, he tried to do it on his own without telling people, because people don't even trust him to begin with. So he most likely has this I got to do it myself mentality type shit. You know what I mean? And even if I did tell y'all probably wouldn't believe me. So he gonna go about it his own way. So I just wanted to ask that to y'all. Like, do y'all think, Reed, you would have to start looking from when Loki gets up and strikes the tree into the next 2 chapters? Because because I remember they had someone say, "Oh, where the kids going? Are they going over there?" And when he looked in that direction, that's where the fire was at. You know what I mean? And I'm like, Elbath is big as shit, bro. Could have let that fire land anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I do think Loki's eyes are like something special or something, dude.
Yeah, you might have Odin sight, but I don't know. I think it's either he just sees, he just has good hockey to where because he had already encountered Shamrock and Gunko, knew where they were and sensed it, so he predicts that's something they might do and breaks the branch leading to their where they're at, or he just saw the future in my mind and some Odin sight shit, and then realized.
Okay.
Trip, if you're saying that's what you think happened, I agree with you.
Bet he was trying to
honestly, I do. That he was trying to stop the kids from going further, so he put a fire in their path, thinking it would stop. He put a fire in their path, thinking it would like that would halt them, but he's dealing with some sinister individuals who are just gonna let the kids burn up regardless. So, you know, that's kind of my take on it. And even like he's even telling Hydrogen, like he's gonna leave Elbath to be saved by outsiders. That sentiment tells me there's a sense of pride in him being the one to defend his people. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a very interesting thing to put a magnifying glass on.
Yeah, it's tough because like I would say like to me it presents more of like he sensed them, and because like he sensed them and like knew they're like planning something evil, he wanted to stop a path to them, so he put the like fire there. Because like I would think naturally if he saw them getting kidnapped, he wouldn't put a fire there for them to like walk into. But it depends on like what he sees when he sees the future. Because if he just sees them being kidnapped, he might think the fire will stop them from going there. But he didn't realize when he saw the future that they were like being controlled to go there. Yeah, I mean there's like elements to it.
Maybe. Okay, I could dig it. All right, I'm gonna read a couple comments and then I'm gonna get my take, and then we'll jump into the full discussion with everybody. Hold on a second, I gotta go up. Anantint says, "Yo, what's up?" Yokai says, "Hi, what's up?" Oh, Sky Daddy Zozo. Okay, we can. He said, "I don't care what y'all jiggas talking about. Harold is MLK, integrated their people into destruction."
Nah.
I don't know about all this.
I don't know about
I don't know nothing he talking about. I don't know nothing he talking about.
No. I give him respect. Like I Trip said last week, when everyone's in the weight of like what it takes to be like a true king and whatnot. Because everybody want to be a killmonger, but like, well, I died before I let that happen, whatnot. So I respect Harold.
So wait, does that mean he think MLK was like the king of the black people?
That's such a murky conversation. I'm gonna let that one ride.
I don't know. Maybe he realized king is the last name. It's not like a title. It's oh man, people.
Alex, shut up, please.
I mean, Harold's not the king of the Giants either, though. To be fair, but he's trying. What he's doing will make him be seen as the face of it. So like, MLK is held up as like the face of black people at that time. You know, so that makes sense. He's not the king of black people though. But I can see the parallel between the two because of what
I don't know nothing you talking about. I don't know nothing.
You don't know what I'm talking about? You serious?
It only
is all I heard.
I know.
It makes this much sense. It makes this much sense.
Well, okay, when we think of the civil rights movement,
I think
the
Malcolm
first
X.
person you think of, okay, fine, Malcolm X, that's cool. A lot of people, you could say Malcolm X or you could say Martin Luther King. I'm not saying that he is the leader of black people. I'm saying he is seen as a notable figure. Like Harold would be seen as a notable figure.
No,
I'm not.
I definitely.
Right, yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get in the depths of
There's
like.
no disconnect.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, man. I just want to make sure.
I just want to irritate Alex.
Get mute, bro.
He's more of an advocate. Say that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are.
All right. Bandit says, "I wish I was on."
Yeah, I think I be tripping when I say mute that.
Yeah, switch out bands for Alex. I'm completely with it. Switch out bands for Alex, bro.
Damn.
Oh yeah, y'all can stop me right now.
With that comment, you deserve to go, bro.
I don't deserve nothing. I'm fine. I'm about done. You can swap me.
I don't have any.
Y'all think I be picking on that nigga? Y'all think I be picking on, bro? I'm not. Bro,
Yeah, you do, nigga. You just be having something with you. I don't know. It's all love.
All right.
Nah, nigga, you be saying nonsense, nigga. It might make my ears hurt.
Hold on, Trip. I got you. I agree.
My
I just
fault.
don't want
My
you to go
fault.
crazy.
My fault.
All right. Ben says, "I wish I was on the podcast to elaborate on this chapter, and God Valley is setting up for Garp to be top 3 smartest in all of One Piece. Dragon, Revolution, Garp, Transformation. Luffy's liberation. Okay.
I can dig that. I agree.
He's supposed to
I
end
mean,
it with swords.
if you think about it, like Garp saw what happened on God Valley. Like he saw Emu and the fight between Rocks and and Roger and like literally all the legends in there. So after God Valley, like y'all probably realized that he cannot do this shit alone, even though he's strong as hell. But him versus the 5 elders and Emu, that's like 6 against 1. So he realized that he may not have enough strength to, to fight them on their own. So just maybe he and Bogart decided to file Sword and really focus on the hockey training for all of the members of Swords, such as Kobe, for example, right?
Yeah.
And so the fact that Bogart is off screen so much could be that Rob is constantly trying to tell Bogart to feed information secretly, because anything leaks out means Garp is dead right away.
I'm always here for a Bogart upscale.
Both fraud ain't.
I'm always here for a Bogart upscale. You dig me? Always.
That's what Bogart is off screen. And not only that, every time we see Bogart, that's to be strong as hell. Like, come on. Like, you have
mind you, he a Rayleigh. Bogart is a Rayleigh victim, but Bogart upscale.
Yeah, I said Morgan victim for real. Like,
Man,
got
if you guys think about it too, every time Bogart attacks, he doesn't net his attack, so automatically he's stronger. Like, come on, Like, if you don't
jingle in the anime, bro. Bogart has the jingle, bro. He has the jingle. He got the Bogart jingle.
Yeah,
hey, man.
Shout out to the Bogart guy.
Hey, I want to do a
Dude, fun fact, I met him at Anime Expo. Like, he
you
and I
did?
straight up aura farming in our cosplays, and I have so much fun connecting with him again.
Yeah,
Because
his video was fun. I'm not gonna
but he didn't recognize that I was in my Garling costume. So he walked up behind me and was like, "Yo, Garling," and then I saw him. I was like, "Dude, Bogart," and then he was like, "Dude, I didn't have the fit on yet." I was like, "No, I recognize you. We met years ago." So yeah, no, he's actually a very interesting guy. If you guys ever met him.
Jane says government lapdog for real, but I still love your Garp.
Facts.
Goddamn, Jane, why you doing that?
I agree with him.
I don't know. I mean, he is a government lapdog, but like the fact that like some people are like the fact that I've definitely heard people be like, "Oh, well, we should definitely give Shanks, Tiger Fisher's, accomplishments and whatnot." Everything that like Garp had, everything that Dragon was done, you can give to Garp in the sense because he let his child out of Shanks.
I agree. If you giving Shanks, give him the Garp. I agree with you.
I don't think you really talk too bad about. I've been on the whole hate Garp train for a minute now, and like I'll have to defend that man on this kid.
Okay. Ben says equating Garp to government lapdog means you're not understanding what Garp is truly doing.
No, when they said government lapdog, they were talking. I think they were talking. Y'all talking about Harold or y'all talking about Garp?
No,
that was James' comment.
That was me and Mello probably talking about Garp.
Well, it was
definitely
he was
a
responding to
Garp.
Jane's comment about Garp.
Okay.
Sky Daddy Zozo, this is literally a Mihawk upscale, if anything. Literally anything Shanks related is Mihawk power scaling related. And let's go let Oda retcon it.
If you really want to talk about it, you got to talk about Blackbeard then.
You do.
Yes.
You do.
That's what I said.
Guard his face before.
That's what I said.
Right. The whole God Valley flashback is a Blackbeard upscale.
Here's up.
Yeah.
You said this is like an upscale for Blackbeard?
No. What I initially said was it's a downscale for Blackbeard.
Downscaling.
Because well, let me tell you what I was saying before Trippin said what he said, because what he said makes a lot of sense. So I kind of changed my opinion. But what I was saying when I was reading the chapter is like, okay, if this is truly that Shanks is not like as powerful as Shamrock, then okay, Blackbeard, you really just scarred a guy who just wasn't like that yet. So that's not impressive. So that would have been a downscale for Blackbeard. But if we're saying he's being fully covert, which obviously he's not truly saying he hates being down there, but if he's being covert to the point where I'm hiding my true power, my dad can't even tell that I'm actually probably like that, if not stronger than Shamrock, then okay. Then I'll have to see my point.
I think it's right now. It's like Garland said. He and Shamrock would be complete equals if they had the same seal. Him with no seal is equal to Shamrock's level, but he not equal to Shamrock because he don't have a seal.
That's what I said. I don't think nothing's wrong with the scaling here.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
The only
and to be fair, this should be post Blackbeard and Mihawk fight.
They're the same.
Yeah.
That's how it's
also,
to me.
Also, Shanks grew up with Roger, one of the greatest hockey mans in the entire verse. So he got training from probably some of the best people that had hockey.
No, you're right. I agree.
Also, I'm gonna add to that too. What if Shanks also learned how to suppress his hockey, just like how on Elbaf, like what's his name? Gabon was telling Zoro that, hey, like, your hockey is leaking out. Zoro don't even know that. Even Luffy noticed that. What if Shanks learned how to suppress his hockey at an early age? And because he's so good at it, that's why he's able to, to act like such a perfect potential double agent. During his
I don't even think that's a matter of a. I don't think that's a matter of a what if. That's not a matter of a what if, because we've seen him. Like, I think Shanks is probably one of the best hockey control individuals in the verse, because he has such an immense level of hockey. But there are times where we've seen him pull up to places and people don't even know he's there. Whether you want to say he's observation killing in that moment or just actively suppressing his own hockey, there's a level of control there that's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's very, like, goddamn, bro is very proficient with it. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's a what if. I just wanted to say that. Like, I definitely think he is able to suppress his hockey and, like, elevate it whenever he sees it.
Yeah, I think it's a definite what if right now. I think right now in the story, Shanks is like a great swordsman. And I think after the Luffy Sea King incident, that's when he goes on the hockey man transformation. That's when he meets back up with Rayleigh and tells him all about it.
Okay. By the way, if you're in the stream, make sure that you hit the like button. I have to get used to saying this on repeat because I'm new to YouTube. But hit the like button if you are here, and make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're in the chat. I think we're at 10 likes. There's more people in here than likes, so make sure you hit the like button. That helps us a lot. Thank you. Okay.
Also hit that bell.
Hit the bell too. See, that's why you're around, Fluey. You're a YouTube guy. Hit the like and the bell, man.
Oh,
thank you. Okay. Where was I at? All right. He said, like I said chapters ago, if God Valley doesn't end with Garp creating sword, it's bad writing. We haven't seen what happens next yet, so
that's what I was waiting for. Hold on. That's what I was waiting for.
He can create sword in the next 10 years, my guy. Like, why does it don't have to be now? Like, what is up with y'all? What is green with y'all, man? This is wild.
Garp does not need to create sword. Garp can do, Garp has already seen that the influence he's had on the sword members to the point where he doesn't actually have to do anything regarding sword outside of just be who he is. He's already influenced a good number of them, and that's why they're willing to go with him on suicide missions for Hachinosu.
Wait,
but that means Garp will actually be creating some type of systemic system that actually goes against what the world government is trying to implement, I guess. Instead of just trying to change the mindset, because at the end of the day, the soldiers are just there to take orders. You know
so if you find out he doesn't create sword that makes it worse for you, I don't think that does. I think he's already done enough for sword where he doesn't have to create sword. I think sword's probably created just by Sengoku, but he's done so much that he's done enough to be a founding member almost. Same with Suru.
Let me ask this, Mello.
I wouldn't even. Oh shit. Okay. Right after you,
because I know you had your grievances with Garp, which I get where you're coming from. If Garp does start sword, would that actually change your mind about Garp?
That would definitely give him somewhat of a redemption. I don't know if you guys are understanding my point correctly. I'm not saying he's as bad as Akainu,
So hold on, Mello.
Wait,
Hold on.
hold on.
Somebody's background.
I think. Wait, hold on.
What was that? Is that me?
1 second. Nope, you're good. Cokes, that was
Okay.
you. All right, now you're good. You can continue, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I was kind of exaggerating when I said Garp's doing nothing, but like it's not. He's not as bad as Akainu, but then again, he's not like really like. He's not putting any systemic systems into place to like go against the system.
Hold on 1 second. There we go.
Other than just like changing the personalities of the youngins, that's about it.
Okay, hold on a second. Here, I got you. Cokes, something is up with your mic. There's a whole lot of feedback. Okay, there we go. Did you finish what you were saying, Mello? I'm sorry, I was trying to listen to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Trip, you have something?
Now, when it comes to Garp and this whole sword conversation, because this is all speculation, no one really knows how this sword actually got started, but everyone has always theorized that, it's either started with Garp or the inspiration, blah, blah, blah. I think the main thing we need to take away from this is the main reason why that probably sword was even a conversation to be had in certain rooms within the Marine Force is because they successfully were able to stop, the mayhem that was Rocks and God Valley. And they were only successful in doing that because a Marine and a pirate worked together. And if I'm not mistaken, Sword is a faction that, like, not necessarily is Marines who go undercover and work with pirates. It's Marines who are going to disobey a direct order. Is how I'm looking at it. Because I know Kobe would disobey a direct order he not fucking with because of the type of person he has become through Garp. You have individuals like, for example, Doll is going to be very conflicted when she's faced with Saul on the opposite side of a spectrum because she looks up to Saul and shit like that. She's a sword member, so she will most likely follow her own will in that situation. And from what I can tell, you're dealing with individuals in the Marines who follow their own will, which is why you had someone like Aokiji save Robin and Ohara. You know what I mean? Like, he went against the orders of he went against the mission. No, there was to be no survivors. Yeah, I can't stomach this. There's gonna be one survivor on my watch. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's someone's presence should not hold that much weight, but Garth's presence does. And I'm simply saying that to say he don't have to be the one to walk into an office and say, hey, we need to start something called a sword. It could just be a conversation of like, we need people like Garp. And the ones that we can find that are like him need to be put in this faction. I doubt Garp was ever even like called in to be like, hey, we need you to be their leader or tell them like blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't be surprised if Garp is just like, he recently found out about sword type shit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the office, we get a flashback, he's in the office eating crackers and shit, and fucking Kobe tells him about joining Sword, and he's like, Sword, the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that wouldn't surprise me. Meanwhile, it would make sense that there is a faction created off of the idea of what this man represents and continues to represent to the system. You know what I'm saying? Without him directly being involved in it. So that's ultimately where I wanted to go with that.
Yeah, he could simply just inspire Sword.
Yeah, I would just say he inspired it. But I'll also say Sword's not a faction that like can go against orders necessarily. That's not why they're there. Like they're there because they're a faction that can go on the more dangerous missions, like attacking Yonko.
That's not why. No, they've all already turned in their resignation. You understand that, right?
Yeah, they turned in their resignation so that way, like, world government's not liable in case they like get caught or like do something crazy, like it gets them killed. Like, they're there. So
hey, don't go over there and do that. And them niggas will go over there and do that. Literally, the Hachinosu situation. Them going to save Kobe. They're not supposed to. No one gave them that order. They went and did what
that's
they
a
wanted.
dangerous mission that they can go on.
They went and did what
because
they
they've
wanted.
done it. They can't just turn in, like, become a sword member and then start attacking celestial dragons or killing other Marines. They can't do that. They're there because they're
I didn't say that they can do that.
Not just by
I did not say that they can do that at all. I didn't say that's what they can do. I said they can disobey a direct order because their resignation has already been turned in.
It depends on what the direct order is. They, like, if the direct order is like, let's make sure we, like, save the celestial.
Now you're playing semantics. The point is they can't.
Killing the celestial dragons. That's not a direct order.
You're playing semantics. You're playing semantics right now. The point is that they can disobey a direct order. You're saying it depends on what the order is. I'm saying they can regardless.
I'm saying
period. I'm not picking on what the order is.
Okay.
I'll say this because I'm gonna add to the point. I personally, like I said last chapter, think that Sword has already been started. Like I said, I know there's a lot of disagreement with that, but that's fine. I feel like I'll take my W when we see Dragon again, and his card says Commander of Sword. I think he stayed, and I think Sword was started right after that, and he come back. We see Dragon and Garp in the time that they are in right now during this flashback. We'll see Dragon on that timing with him being the Commander of Sword. So it's already started. So I feel like, me personally, it's already a thing, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. But I'm literally selling and putting all my money on that is how it's gonna go. And then we'll be able to find out. They had the conversation, they're working together, and Dragon's already on that time.
Together with Bogart. It's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Bogart can be a part of that too. Why not?
Not Bogart. Not
All right. Skyday Zozo said, "What happened to him climbing the red line?" Fisher Tiger.
He did. We just didn't get to see it. It's not that already happened. Like, Fish Tiger was already free. He'd already freed himself, jumped off, and climbed back up by the time he encountered Shanks.
Oh, so those are two different events that fast.
It could be that.
Frees
He
himself,
back up to free more slaves.
He jumps down. He jumps down. Like, he frees himself and jumps down. Then he, like, thinks about all the people that are there, that are slaves like him. He's like, oh no, I can't just leave them. So he climbs back up the red line. And then, like, when we see him in this chapter, he's like breaking cages and freeing the other slaves that are there. And then Shanks encounters him and cuts his collar to just, like, make him more free and give him more mobility, I guess. And he punches Shanks in the face and, like, grabs his bandage. And, like, Shanks' eye is leaking. And then like,
punch him again. Punch him again. I'd love that. Punch him again. Punch him again. Punch him again. Punch that hole in the face, please. Woo! Best part of the chapter, man. And then when he walked up there and he's like, yo, you know what? I'm going. You know what I hate about this motherfucker? This motherfucker has a whole bandage on. And it's acting like, I hate being here, but it's dripped out, has the ladies loving on him. Yo, he total colonizer, bro. That's colonizer in mentality, bro. I don't like it, but I still wear it. It's British Empire. That's British Empire. I'm doing history right now. That's British Empire 101. I'm calling it out right now.
He took 3 claw strikes to the cornea. He's lucky he's not fully blind out that eye.
You go on, but I just wanted to call that out. That's British colonizer 101. Shanks colonizer, red hair colonizer 101. Calling it out.
Dude, I'm not hating hard enough. What the hell?
Yeah, man. You gotta step your hating up. You gotta step your hate up. You gotta step your hate up, bro. That's
you do.
I'm not gonna lie, the shit Zach got going on is nothing to be proud of or aspire to be like. You might want to just, you know what I mean?
Nah, man, you gotta step your hate up, man.
Just ain't reached that level, man. That level
I'm telling you right now.
Straight D1, bro. D1.
A motherfucker should not get you that tight. A motherfucker should not. A fictional character should not get you in this type of a mode. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you, bro. I'm not doing this with you.
I'm not doing this with you, sir, in your cup right now, nigga. I'm not doing this shit with, nigga. The fuck?
All right, what's good, Reed?
All right. Hold on, let me go back. Okay, yeah. So we got that. I got a couple more, and then we can get into the conversation. Zod's gonna be mad when we see Joy Boy has red hair. Ooh.
I think I might be done.
Hey yo, hey yo,
Holy,
hey
I'll
yo.
be done, bro.
I might be done. I'd be like, fuck it, I'm done.
I might as well cash out chips now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But you need to, y'all. Hey, listen, man. You gonna say that, but again, ain't but one person in the story Oda give that grayscale treatment to. Now Shamrock get that same treatment. Just don't be surprised if you know.
It's not
Hey.
Shanks piece. It's not Shanks piece, bro.
Look, let me say something interesting. Remember that panel where Luffy fake go Gear 5 and Egghead because he sees the hologram ice cream shit, and it was like red. It was red. It was red in the anime, and the manga is grayscale too.
Bruh, I swear to God, if he has red hair, I would be fucking done.
Shanks upscale, baby.
I would be like, the Golden Clan is kind of drill.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. With the way Oda likes Shanks, the type of person Shanks is even shown to be, it would not surprise me at all if Joy Boy looked just like the nigga.
It says Oda said in the SBS if he was a character in One Piece, he'd be Shanks. He says the brains of Shanks, the everything, like
he already dresses like him.
Yeah, all that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Zod's case is a lost cause. He's gonna be in this story too.
I promise you, if he dresses if he looks like Shanks, I promise you, I'm going to Japan and I'm punching him in his bad eyes, bro. Because how the fuck do you have laser surgery? Come back and still make him look like Shanks, bro. I promise you, Oda. I'm gonna hit Oda. I'm gonna hit his kid. I'm gonna hit his 2 daughters. I'm gonna hit everybody. Everyone in the Oda family gonna get hit.
That's a dead mission. I put security on Oda already.
No. This is not needed, bro. This is not needed. I get it. You love the character.
This story gotta go.
You know what? Go on. Tell us how you feel about chapter, because I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Okay. I think that was all the comments for now. All right, man. Look, chapter, man, I go 9 out of 10. And Shanks, man. Shanks is something. I know, I'm sorry, Zod. Just give me a second, man. Shanks is something, man. Like, I don't know how to feel about him. Like, honestly. I don't know how to feel about him. I've been like on the fence with like, do I trust Shanks or not for a minute? Like just personally in my head. I've been wondering if I should trust him because everything that he's done throughout the story. And by the way, I actually kind of somewhat take a slight W. If you remember, Nika, I feel like I did when we were talking about Shanks in the treasure chest, like many, many months ago. I was saying that he might just be a Holy Knight. Like he might just be up there with them at some point right after Roger dies. So I kind of already knew this was going to happen, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm really curious to see how he actually gets out of here and like gets back down and forms his crew. Like when does that start?
He technically in the timeline has already started doing all that before he goes up there. That's why that's why the comments were telling you earlier that he's capping. That's why Trip was saying that he's just capping right now because he met Ben Beck. I mean, he met Yasop 22, if not 20 years ago, and that's before this timeline because that's even deeper in. So he met him. He had met him already. He already started forming his crew. Probably already had some of them. Like if you notice, Howling Gab looks like Saint Matthew that we saw in Howling Gab that we see in Film Red. You know, he's about to do the thing, and Ben Beckman tells him to chill out. You actually see Saint Matthew, and she kind of looks just like him, and is doing the same ability too. So it's reason to believe for me that some of his crew members, if not just Howling Gab, one or two more of them might be related, might have celestial blood in them as well. He might just be like, they might
include him here. You
They might be celestial bandits, bro. You feel me? Like that's really what's going on. They just a
Bro,
different
that'd be
type of
so
pirate.
broken. Oh my god.
I'm really
I'm
Gab. He might have been like someone trying to get God's Knight with him or like a devoted blade.
gonna
He's like,
elaborate on this. I'm gonna elaborate on this, and this is where it actually gets significantly spicy because I didn't even really put the Howling Gab thing together. But again, we know that there are people who would. I ain't gonna say we know, but the chances that there are other celestial dragons who are living in the world of One Piece but don't know about their celestial heritage, like bastard childs or like people who actively left. We've seen Doflamingo's dad did it, so that tells me it's not just this isn't the first time. You know what I mean? So Hanks probably just in the light of trying to find people who are like him as well. You know, gathered around a bunch of celestial blood that don't fuck with celestial vibes. You know what I'm saying? So Yasop might very well be a bastard celestial. The god Usopp thing might not just be a fucking bro, might actually be Saint Usopp for real, for real. Hey, listen, I don't know anyone else who sat down on the celestial dragon. Bro sat on that nigga. He sat on Saint Roswell. You feel me? Sat on that man. So all I'm saying is,
he met before.
And on top of that, we don't have a last name for Yasop or Usopp. So I think all of those things are just subtle little like, I'm gonna play with this, you know, in the best way I know how when I can. Because even Ben Beckman, I guess we know that Beckman is his last name and shit. I don't think Lucky Roo is Lucky Roo's actual name. I think like that's just his nickname. Like they call that fat nigga Lucky. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, personally, I am on board with the fact that Shanks probably gathered other lost celestial children who have no interest to be a celestial dragon, but you know it's in their blood, so they deal with the same internal conflict that he does. So part of their bond, or whatever the case is.
Yeah, based on timeline, if I remember correctly, Shanks has already encountered Yasop on like I would assume is like Usopp's hometown of like Syrup Village, and then like he's already had this is like after he has Uta. Like him and his crew have already met Uta. They've been around. Like they've seen Uta. It is what it is. Like assuming we all think like Uta is like fully canon because like she is like a canon character, but I know some people doubt movie characters.
I'm under the belief that Usopp is a Mont Blanc. If I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there,
I agree with that, Ree.
I don't not like
Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc could be a celestial who left the Holy Land.
Could be. Yeah, I'm not even saying that you're wrong. I just think I would like both of them to be true. That's what I'm saying. I'm not against necessarily where you're going with it. I just think, actually, wait, no, that's another W. Actually, no, and I know I had that conversation with you and Nika when I was talking about the Holy Knights, and I was talking about the silhouettes of the red-haired crew.
Yeah,
people on them. I said that. Can I have my W? Because you tripped.
No, it's not confirmed. No, it's not confirmed. No, it's not confirmed. No, it's not confirmed. It's not confirmed. Absolutely not.
I thought that whole combo.
Absolutely not.
On that timing for so long, bro.
Hey, listen, for the record, shit. Well, but this is what we can talk about. Indirectly, the red hair pirates are devoted godblades. You know what I mean? Indirectly.
I mean,
like, bro, for all we know, he left the Holy Land, but never actually stopped being what he was to them. Because as we see with Harold, like you're still free to go, you know, travel the world and shit. It's just forbidden for you to speak on our dealings type shit. You know what I mean? So Shanks very well could still just be that. You know what I'm saying? Just moving differently as that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like again, of course, the Sea King took the arm with the tattoo, right?
Yeah.
But you would imagine there's other fail safes in place for him. For example, we believe that sword that he is now brandishing in the Holy Land, is the corresponding to his brothers. There may be something there. You know what I'm saying? Like, or he might have his brother on speed dial, like, hey, I need an Uber real quick. You feel me? It could be something like that. Who knows? All I'm saying is you aren't saying that Shanks' crew is like some random elite guard squad for the Celestials isn't far-fetched.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
I'm just saying the silhouette that we saw was not the red hair bandits.
But in fairness, though, it looked like really close. Though, like in fairness,
I dig it. I understand.
So close. What's up, Fully? You got it, bro.
I just comes to my mind, like hearing everything that we got about Shanks now. I'm just like, oh, him wanting the One Piece. I'm just like, are you going for the One Piece for like the Celestials? Are you their team or whatnot? It's so many things that come across my mind. Like, how much of an op is he? What's his goals for? I'm just starting to fucking buy. But like, it really intrigues my mind because like you are going for the One Piece now, and you know a lot more, especially like being a God Knight, being part of Roger's crew and whatnot. You have touched like on like a lot of depth of the world and whatnot. You have more knowledge than a lot of people can say they have, and you're like, now I want to go for the One Piece. I'm intrigued why you want it. I'm intrigued now. I'm very intrigued. At first I thought
for one, fully, Luffy is now a great pirate. You know what I mean? For one, the Luffy has awakened the fruit for it's time. It's about that time. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he I would imagine Shanks is privy to some other information such as prophecies. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like it's such an amount of time, this should be in place, this should happen, boom, boom, boom. Probably why he's even taking the initiative to like, I can't even bring Buggy along on this mission. I gotta go see what parts I could get moving for myself, what parts I could sabotage, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit.
Probably knows about the Void Century too, bro, to be honest with you.
Yeah. True. And I'm not even gonna lie, like bringing up like prophecies and whatnot, like here like prophecies being brought up a lot like in the past like couple like chapters that we have gotten and whatnot. I really am at a point where I do believe Sage got some type of prophecy. Like he got in a prophecy or what Roger told him was a prophecy or something like that. There's some type of prophecy going on here that Shanks knows about because the way he moves is very like particular. And
of course, he's the child of prophecy.
That's my next question. I want to ask Mello though. What do you think that Shanks was told from Roger? Why he was crying? What do you think? Now that we've got a little more context on what Shanks did after Roger's death.
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, bro. Like, I don't know. Shanks just like he moves weird, bro. He moves weird. So it's like you can never really like the way Oda writes him is that you can never really like tell like what he's up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like he could be trying to like play into this whole like Pirate King situation, but he also could be on the side of the Holy Knights too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it was a little bit of like you're eventually gonna have to go and you're gonna have to go work for the world government in some capacity. Like you're gonna have to go get more information, and we have to wait because there are more things that need to be in place, and you need to get more information to be able to make sure that this actually happens because we were too early. I think there might have been something there like you can't pursue fully, you can't go out and be a pirate. Like you have to go up there and work with the Holy Knights or learn more things about Emu, because what we saw in God Valley, it's not making sense. And for us to be able to get for the next person to be able to get the One Piece and unlock it on time, there's things that we need to understand that we don't have the information to. You need to get the information so that you could be that key that helps whoever is coming in the future, 20 years, whoever is coming, so that they can actually unlock the One Piece.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever, it had to be something along those lines. Like, you cannot chase your dream of being a pirate. And, you know, you got to fulfill this prophecy. Maybe he doesn't want to be a child of a prophecy. But it's like, no, you got to do this. Like, this is just what it is. I don't know. What do you guys think? I guess that was my next question for all of you guys. Like, what do you
personally? So I know Shanks asked him, like, it was on some, did he find a One Piece? Where are we going next? Like, you know, like, now what? You know, and I imagine Roger let him know it's coming to an end. And matter of fact, let me tell you about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, the moment that we saw, it looked like a brief passing a moment where he saw Roger asking, Roger told him something, like it happened within the span of like 5 minutes or 2 minutes. I think that was like a 30-minute sit down conversation. Like, look here, Shanks. I mean, I'll let you. You know what I mean? So I could not begin to decipher what that conversation was. Again, I know these are pirates, so he's not going to sugarcoat whatever he tells him. He's going to kick the truth to him. But what did all that entail? And why did he tell him after finding the One Piece? So that tells me that part of what he told him is, you know how you think differently after discovering or learning something. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he encountered on Laugh Tale is why he even told Shanks what he told him. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even begin to decipher it, but I do believe it has something to do with the fact that he is, you know, the blood in his veins is the ops. You got op blood in your veins, and until you go make peace with that, you won't be able to truly be yourself. Hence why he didn't went over there to Marie Joie to figure that out.
Do you think that I'm about to go to you, Zah. I just want to ask a follow up real quick. Do you think the actions that he's taking, like throughout the story, have anything to do with what Roger would have told him that day? Outside of him being a Garland, but like
actually, I can't say yes, because I believe Shanks is just behaving how he is. Like, this is the person he's become because he was raised under Roger. But I don't think that Roger's last words are just echoing in the back of his mind, like, I got to do what Captain said type shit. I don't think it's one of those type of things. I think it's more so like, you know, you've been molded into the person that you are now. What will you do with that, with all this power at your disposal? You know what I mean? Like, you're not new to this pirate life. You set sail with us. You're strong, all that shit. But the blood in your veins is the ops. And you know nothing about that. But there's a reason why you are the way you are. So you need to, you know, go figure that out. And Shanks probably just didn't want to hear that. Like, I mean, no kid wants to hear that, you know, playtime is over. You feel me? So.
Right, yeah. I got you. Zah, bro, what were you saying, man? What are you trying to say?
Oh, I know what he told him. He was like, "Yo, you still an op?" And I almost traded your chess piece for a picture of Shaki's feet. So like, bro, get your life together. Go do what you gotta do, but you still a bitch. Like that. I feel like that's what he told him. That's why the tears were there. Because honestly, I think Roger knows Shanks a hoe. Like, he knows he's a hoe. And like, he turned out to be a hoe. Like, yo,
I can't.
My bad.
I thought he was about to actually.
My bad. I'm good. That's what I had to say. That's all I got to say. I'm out. I'm done.
All right.
Shit.
Go for it. What you got, Foolie? You trying to say something?
I got questions for Foolie, actually.
What's up?
You go outside with them horns on, nigga?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Damn. Okay. Never mind. Go crazy.
Yeah, over here be a beast pirate over here, bro.
Yeah, I go outside with them in public and people ask all the time what they mean.
I wouldn't ask you shit, dog.
It's a great conversation starter.
Don't be reversing, bro. Don't rock. Don't be reversing. That's it.
But like my whole thing is like with Shanks, I'm so intrigued by like what did Roger tell him and whatnot, because like the way he moved after Roger tells him, I'm still on the whole kick of like I still feel like he's a nepotism ass child and whatnot, but like the way he moves is differently from what do I feel and whatnot. So I gotta see how it really does turn out, because the fact that like he was told, but Buggy wasn't told, and Buggy feels so passionately about like, yo, why you want to go after this thing or not? And it's just like I have to know what that means, because it still makes me feel so like negative towards like Shanks / Roger's relationship, in the sense of like I don't mind like the father-son relationship they had and whatnot, but like this other kid was your son too, but he was number 2.
Yeah, what's up, Alex?
Yeah, personally, I think it's like he pretty much told him. I personally think he told, like, he gave Shanks and Buggy a chance to know, and Buggy was out on it because like, hey, I got like now the One Piece right here, some knowledge that can help y'all overthrow the world, like take over the world. And Buggy was like, "You mean fight the world? Yeah, fight the world government." No, I'm not with that. Buggy was immediately out, and Shanks was like, "Yeah, I'm with it still." And then he went ahead and told him, he's like, "All right, so basically we just too early, but you gotta wait until the three weapons come back." So you need all 3 keys. And the reason I think like Shanks just now is saying that now he's going for the One Piece is because like he was always after it, but Shanks knew the 3 keys weren't in play. So Shanks was waiting for Shirahoshi to get born, and he had to wait for Momonosuke to come back because Momonosuke had left the timeline, and he's like, all right, I need all 3 of them. So like when he sees Luffy and Wano, he knows the 3 keys are back now. So he's like, okay, now I can go after the One Piece again. Like and like this whole time. He's just been building up, like waiting.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I think it solely revolves around the fact Luffy a great pirate. Like, yeah, now me and this nigga get to really see what's what on these seas with one another. You know what I mean? Like, almost in a sense, it echoes a sentiment that Mihawk has for Zoro. I'll hold this title until you come take it. I feel like that's what Shanks is doing in this aspect. Like, okay, now he's a great pirate, so the race for this One Piece for real can be on, and like, you know, we could treasure hunt against each other for this shit as equals instead of, you know, you being a rookie pirate or whatever the case is. But that's what I think it is.
And the One Piece
this was after Luffy was dubbed the official 4th emperor, like an official emperor type shit. On top of Buggy becoming an emperor, so now it's like, oh, the little homie and my homie then became, oh yeah, we can go do this. You know, that's what I feel that was like.
Go ahead, Mello.
I would say that maybe the One Piece had some type of like prophecy for Luffy in a sense, to where it said, "Oh yeah, wait till this year. There's going to be another second coming of Joy Boy, I guess, to overthrow the government or some shit." And maybe that's what Roger told Shanks, is that, yo, wait it out for a little bit. There's going to be a second person coming in to, like, you know, overthrow the government and, you know, change everything around. And now that Shanks sees it in real time, and that he really does believe in Luffy, that maybe he's like, maybe this is the guy. You know what I mean?
Well, we got to figure out why Roger gave the hat to Shanks.
Wait, I think Fuji wanted to go too, right?
Oh, Fuji, please. My bad, bro. I didn't see you.
No worries. Yeah, I was just raising my hand, stretching too. No, I do agree with the possibility of Roger telling Shanks about his actual lineage, and then Shanks find out that Roger was not like the actual father of Shanks, so that's why, you know, like that's why he cried so much. And then in the middle of that conversation, you know, Roger also told Shanks what happened on God Valley and how he found Shanks on God Valley, blah blah. And then of course he told Shanks about the One Piece and said that, hey, like, you know, you had to wait for a certain amount of time. You had to go fight all these, you know, like 3 ancient weapons. So throughout the series, Shanks just had to go back to Marijoa to probably investigate the 3rd ancient weapons, you know, in addition to investigating Emu and some of the secrets. And while doing that, right, Luffy turned into Joy Boy Year 5 in Wano. Shanks realized that, hey, we got Pluton right there. And then he, you know, he's also found out that Shirahoshi was born. That's that's the final ancient weapon. So Shanks would say, "Hey, let's go get the One Piece now because the timing that Roger has told me is starting to come into place." So yeah, I just want to add to that too. And Reed, you mentioned I think you were the one who mentioned about Rogers opening up to Shanks about Shanks' actual bloodline.
Yeah.
Let's just say that's actually the beginning of my own side story of Shanks and Mihawk, okay? Because you actually touch base on that a little bit too, which is very interesting. And this chapter actually opens up about Fisher Tiger, which I also speculated in my side Shanks story as well. So the fact that this chapter shows that too, I'm like, okay, like I had to tell you guys my side story of Shanks and Mihawk at some point soon, probably when the chapter goes on break, but yeah, I just want to throw that out there too.
I could dig it. Were you raising your hand, Strawberry? Were you raising your hand?
No, I was saying 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. All right, I'm gonna say this real quick. We need to figure out why Shanks got the straw hat. To answer, I think somebody said, why not Buggy or something? Buggy obviously was not the successor. Shanks has the straw hat throughout basically the whole time while he's a kid with Roger. He didn't pass it on to him that day when he was crying. He had already had the straw hat. So Roger had already chosen him to be his successor. So that's why I don't think that Buggy was like around the conversation. I don't think that conversation was for Buggy. This was specifically for Shanks, because you're next. You're next up. So look, I couldn't get it done. I got this straw hat. I was supposed to get it done. I couldn't get it done. You're next up. This is what you got to do. And yes, you are a Celestial, and you're gonna have to go about it a different way. So I'm about to die. Obviously, he was gonna cry. He was crying obviously because like, yo, we didn't get it, and I'm about to die. Sucks. But you're a Celestial. You're gonna have to figure this thing out.
Pirate cancer.
Yeah, the pirate cancer.
Nah, man,
I figure this thing out.
Reed killed me, man. He killed me.
But what if Roger also told Shanks about the national treasure that Roger learned about when he found the One Piece? What do you guys think?
This is all good on nepotism. I found you in a treasure chest. You're my treasured child. I tell you everything. Nepotism.
I mean, but not really though, because he had to still work to get to that level. He had he had a lot of setbacks too. Bro, you lose an arm. That's all willingly, by the way. That's your own setback, and
My
you
choice.
still become my choice. Yeah, willingly. You still become one of the strongest people in the show after losing your arm. Like that shows that he still has the grit.
We don't know if his power level really have decreased since losing the arm. Like truly, we have never seen Shanks go all out.
Well, he took down Loki with one arm. I mean, I can go down the feats that he did with one arm.
That's Wi-Fi hockey, bro.
They jumped him.
Wi-Fi
They
hockey.
jumped him.
That's like Loki. They jumped just straight out the island, bro. That's like saying, "Oh, I beat Luffy." He just jumped straight out the island. Okay, do that.
He got the Wi-Fi hockey, bro.
Hey, he took on Kaido. He stopped him from getting the Marineford.
True.
He stopped Kaido because he wanted to tell him about the story about how he lost his arm. No one wants to hear that story anymore. No one wants to hear that story anymore. No one wants to hear Shank's story. No one wants to hear none of that. He was like, hey, you want to hear about the story? All right, you got it, bro. I'm not going to Marineford. You got it.
If I had the time, I would dive into it. And I could really go on, but I can't. Everyone, please. Strawberries. You can start first. Whatever you got. Last final thoughts, and we can wrap up and get out of here.
Okay. My final thoughts. Garp is going to play a very important role. And I say that because Garp right now is paralleling a character in Kindred by Octavia Butler. Just go look up the book. I don't have time to explain the book, but they're paralleling each other right now. She's going through what she's going through, and sometimes when you're put into a position, you don't really realize that you're doing certain things. So you know, calling him like a lapdog and things like that. To be honest, he probably knows that he's a lapdog, but probably doesn't understand why he's being a lapdog. He just knows that, you know, I still want to change things, but I didn't realize that I was so much of a lapdog to these people. It's very similar to how the main character in Kindred is acting right now. So I just thought I'd throw that out there.
All right, Alex, thoughts?
Yeah, Celestial Dragons gotta get some security. This don't make no sense. My man was out there crying about how the cage is broken, slaves getting out. Not one bodyguard, not no one patrolling the streets, no cameras, no transponder sales. We got to do something about this. This is unheard of. We need security immediately. There's no reason Mary Hoyce is out here looking like this. Long live King Harold and Queen Esther, though.
There's no such thing as overseers in One Piece. Don't do that.
Nika, what's your thoughts, bro?
I said we need security for Mary Hoyce. This don't make no sense. Why are the Celestial Dragons out here living like this? They don't got ring cameras. Like they don't got nothing. This is crazy.
Nika, your thoughts, bro? You're on mute, by the way. There you
go. Dope chapter. Thoughts going forward. Interesting enough, I'm looking at parallels. I think I'm still along the lines of the theory I was telling you about before, Ree. I think Shamrock is going to kidnap or want Nami in some sense, and she's going to parallel Shaki. And I've seen the art with Nami being drawn with the dress, and she has a Shamrock clover on it. Little simple things that Oda has done. Her bounty right now actually means Shamrock's name in the gallery, in the Usopp gallery that Oda does. Shamrock is known as the Storm Premonition. It's the same thing that Nami pretty much does. She predicts storms, and Nami is called the enemy to the four emperors. I still don't know what that entirely implies with her, but there's a lot of stuff going with Shamrock, so the chapter has me looking at it in a lot of different ways right now. Even with the Shamrock stuff being compared with Shanks, like now is his sword a devil fruit weapon? Because Oda put it in the SBS. How does Shanks fight? And we knew he was the swordsman already. So why would you ask the question, how does Shanks fight? And then also mention the name of his sword being Griffin. And we've already seen the hockey visage of Griffin. And it could easily just be that of hockey. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's something from the Holy Land, because we see his twin brother has Cerberus. On top of having Cerberus, I believe Garland's gonna have Typhon, just because it all matches. You know what I'm saying? The whole Hati and Skull and Fenrir thing that matches the theme of the Garland family, while the swords seem to match the Typhon and the son of Typhon, the sons of Typhon being Cerberus and Griffin. So the whole thing seems to be very, very fitting. You know what I'm saying? So Shamrock upscale.
All right, Trip. Thoughts, bro? Final thoughts?
Man. I'm enjoying the ride, man. This flashback, we probably got 2 more chapters or 3. 3 if Oda really just want to feed us some more with information and just give us what we want. I can't wait for, because we just saw Harold and Shanks meet each other and didn't really get along, but apparently they did. So I'm waiting on that conversation too. I'm hoping that comes in next chapter. Poor Ida. I would really love to see how her death is going to affect the 2 brothers going forward. I know it's going to tear Harold the fuck up. I know it's going to it's going to ruin Harold. So yeah. Just can't wait till this flashback gets wrapped up and we get back into the thick of things, which is why I was also rereading Elbath, because I'm like, what is actually going on? I'm like, oh, Nightmare Beast. Interesting.
That's right.
But yeah, and something they mentioned was that they're like, oh, thank God, these monsters are just the way the kids imagine them, because if they knew the true extent of these creatures, we'd be in trouble. So, I think that's something to look forward to once we actually get back into the thick of things. But overall, great chapter, man. Glad we're not on break. You feel me? And I'm just ready to get into the conclusion of this entire flashback, so I can understand Loki a lot more as a character. Last but not least, Rayleigh top 5 and 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Fuji, bro, thoughts?
One banger after another. One banger chapter after another banger chapter is all I can say. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I do agree with Nika's take on the Figalan's families having the Norse mythology beasts powers in their weapons. It perfectly aligns with Oda's inspiration about Norse mythology. Eventually, I do
Those are
want
Greek
to
mythology beasts, by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, my bad. Eventually, I do want to see the possibility of Shamrock losing both of his arms coming true. That is because I was speculating when Shanks and Shamrocks being introduced as babies, Shamrocks was sucking his left thumb while Shanks has both of his arms up, but Shanks lost the left arm. So my theory is that at the end of the series, Shamrock is going to lose both of his arms. Just like how just like how you guys see the way they dress in the current timeline. Shamrock dressed all for formally, just like how Shanks was dressing when he was a Holy Knight, and then Shanks was dressing with open buttons, just like how Shamrock dressed when Shamrock was a Holy Knight back in Shanks' younger year. When Harold was a Holy Knight around that time. So there's that opposition, and so yeah, I do want to see that theory coming true. But other than that, I'm looking forward to the next chapter, and yeah, that's all I have.
I can dig it. All right. Mello, the guest of the night, bro. And after your final thoughts, let everyone know where they can find you too while you're at it. I want to make sure they get
Okay. I'm gonna keep this pretty short and sweet. I know we're Oda's blessing us with this flashback, probably pretty close to one of the longest flashbacks he's ever done. And we're getting some heat. But what I'm more interested in is that he's telling Luffy this flashback. So I'm really kind of curious on what Luffy thinks about this entire story and how he's going to react to it. Because last time we heard about him is that he was telling Loki to join his crew. So he might just not take no for an answer after this. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's really all I wanted to say about that. Also, you can find me Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Meaty Mellow, MEATYMELO.
I can dig it. Awesome. Fully, bro.
My closing thoughts. I like the parallels that I'm seeing. The parallels that I'm seeing between Shanks makes me really think about not even parallels. What Shanks is doing now makes me really think about I can't think of the person that Lafitte from Blackbeard's crew. It really made me really think about what all Lafitte has going on, and we'll really see what all Lafitte has been mechanization Lafitte has been going on, and the same levels of he's been able to slide into up there and slide into meetings and everything like that, with no trace and whatnot. I really kind of want to see that scene what Shanks has been able to do in a sense, and we haven't really seen the drip of Shanks spire tree or whatnot, but seeing that we the levels of his seeing the levels of what he's been able to do, it makes me intrigued about what Lafitte's been doing and whatnot and everything like that. I'm very intrigued about that. That's one thing, and going off the whole. Yeah, and going off the last thing, going off Nika's thing with the whole going off the whole sword thing with Garland and everything like that, it makes me think about a cliffhanger that I've been really hoping that Oda really does tackle and handle. Zoro said, "I have a question for, he said I have a question for what is it
Vegapunk?
For Vegapunk, and we've never gotten the question that he's had for Vegapunk and whatnot." And so I'm hoping that with all the things going on with fruits and swords and everything like that, maybe that's the question that he has. And maybe going back to hate to bring up the debate that y'all had a couple months ago when I saying that in the Elbow, if he ends up getting that, happen to have a fruit or something like that, and he happens to say, "Hey, how do I put this fruit into this sword?" I will be, I'm just
Kaido won't be back in the flesh though. That'll just be the fruit. So I'm okay with that.
No dice.
I mean, Big Mom got more
No
to come back.
dice.
Come on now.
No dice. No dice. No dice.
I don't have no agenda, but like all I'm saying is that
that's no, bro.
Kind of lines up with some things. I don't know.
We'll see, man.
Kaido's not coming back, bro.
You can only get one or the other. You either want Zoro have a devil fruit sword or turn his sword black. I think I know what I want. But
yeah, Kaido's coming back, man. Kaido and Big Mom coming back. Don't worry about it. We're gonna see them both before the end of the L-Bag.
Talk about it, though.
Big Mom, yes. Kaido, no.
They gonna come back and Zoro still ain't gonna have a devil fruit sword.
Come back riding on Kaido's back. She's gonna be riding on
And they
Kaido's
gonna and Zoro still ain't gonna have a devil fruit sword. That's all I'm saying. Zoro still ain't gonna have no devil fruit swords. Man, big Bushido, nigga. All bladed, nigga.
Za, bro, come on, it's you, man. What you got? And it's off for slander, man. Give us your best slander to end us off. Why not?
Oh, you said give you my best slander. Okay, yes, this is how I want. This is the freedom I deserve. Listen, I need Captain Kidd to come back and be part of the team that takes down that whole red hair Shanks. And if that happens, my life is complete. Yes, Alex, you agree. If Kidd can come back and take out that whole Shanks, because this chapter made me hate this motherfucker even 10 times more. I don't like him. I've never put in my top. He's not in my top 100 One Piece characters. Take that motherfucker out. And a Kid doing that, that's great retribution for that motherfucker. Take him out. Take him out the story, bro. Take him out. All you Shanks fans, I'll laugh in y'all fucking face.
Yo, the Shanks actually skyrocketed, man. I swear.
Kid's backstory actually, like, the reason Kid hates Shanks is because, like, it's something Shamrock did, or maybe Shanks did as a holy knight, but maybe it was like Shamrock just because of like how this backstory's going. But I do think it's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind Kid coming back, taking him out.
Okay. On that note, man. All right. Catch y'all next week. Appreciate you. Make sure y'all check out Mr. Mello on the socials. And yeah, we're out. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna hop in the Discord. I got some more shit to kick.